last month, I tried to give you an idea of what it's like for me to put a set together. I told you some of the things I didn't do. This month, I wrote them down so I wouldn't forget, and I told myself I wouldn't edit it. I'd just read it when I got here. And here we are.
Oh.
If you'd like, you can read it too. It's on that scannable QR code. I've been going back and forth with what I wanted to do for my set this month. I decided to write down a specific set so you can understand the variants I go through. Oh, shit, I said that. I started by playing my song 4th of July because this event is technically closer to the holiday than the last open mic. But I liked the screenplay reading last month, and I thought it might be fun to read you a screenplay from a sketch I did called Erotic Novels Edited for Basic Cable.
Yes? Here for it?
Then I found out my parents were selling my childhood home, and I was going to tell you some sad stories about loss and taking walks, but I already did something like that with piano. Technically, it's the opposite of comedy. It's more like therapy, if we're being honest. Probably necessary, but not on the third Monday. Then I thought about doing a song and dance number about my cat that goes like this. Everybody knows it's the Neenerkins, cutest cat I've seen. Everybody knows Mr. Neenerkins, the cutest cat I've seen. They say, hey, here comes Neenerkins, baby. Everybody knows it's Neener time. But I didn't want to do that. The twist would be when it turns into a rap battle versus my cat. I would lose terribly because all my verses are nice while he just attacked my core insecurities, which makes sense because Mr. Neelix is really good at rapping. Once again, too much like therapy, and since I haven't won a rap battle yet, that's why I didn't do that set. Then I realized how much success I had by eating and considered just flipping the script by drinking as much water as I could over a set, just pounding waters. I'm not as practiced at it, and I didn't want to risk spilling anything on the floor again. Also, I'd be too tempted to pour water on myself like an 80s hair metal video.
Yes.
Think of me in place of Tawny Katane from Whitesnake's Here I Go Again music video. Think of me in then I started building a video game, and I thought it'd be fun to invite someone up here to play it with headphones on, but I'm already hauling this ice cream. That's when I went into my bread and butter. I'm going to send you a script so you can read it and use props. Then I realized this is the only chance I'll have to respond to an insane week. And so life chose this set for me. Now, I don't get political in my performances usually, but today I want to talk about...
Oh, God.
The Karate Kid. You might remember my RoboCop Psalm or Terminator series review, and much like them, I prepared visual aids.
That's fucking RoboCop.
So my favorite movie of all time was Follow That Bird, up to the point where Big Bird turns blue and the movie scares me. But that was only until I was 28. My second first favorite movie of all time was The Karate Kid. Who here is familiar with the Karate Kid series and its spin-off Cobra Kai?
I watched like part of the first season.
Oh my God! I went through all this prop work? Okay, for the uninitiated, Karate Kid is pretty much just Rocky for teenagers. Italian guy who solves all his problems with violence seeks aid from wise old man to help him find love with dozens of hours of sequels and spin-off content. It's probably responsible for my first two crushes. Elizabeth Shue, oh my goodness. Beautiful blonde girl at the beach agrees to a date with a guy who's riding shotgun in a Flintstones car with his mom driving. Really set the bar high for me. Luckily, there was my other crush, Pat Morita, known as Mr. Miyagi. A senior citizen who tricks this helpless kid for 60 minutes until he starts kicking people in the face. Fuck, that's hot. The scene where Daniel meets Miyagi, Daniel walks into his custodial office looking for a handyman to fix his kitchen sink. Miyagi slowly turns around from trying to catch flies with chopsticks. Already hilarious. And just stares him down. Daniel, 17 years old, asks the handyman to do the thing he was hired for and is met with disdain. Walks right out. By the time he shows up to fix that sink, Daniel's already gotten beaten up twice, gets told he can't play soccer anymore, and picks up a book on karate. Now, Miyagi shows up, turns a wrench twice, and does nothing else handyman related for the rest of the series. Becoming a pioneer and working smarter rather than harder. Miyagi turns chores into karate, but he also teaches. Not Daniel's son, but mothers across America. They realize that they're going to be able to trick their children into doing chores. You got to take out the garbage. It's going to teach you how to do overhead throws. Like, nah, not this time, Mom. Sorry. Sure, he teaches wax on, wax off, sand the deck, paint the fence. That 27-year-old teenager can learn karate. But even the non-karate stuff he does is a trick. What about that bicycle? We never see him fix the bicycle. Maybe he's teaching other kids karate by having them fix a dumpster bike. chain on, chain off or some shit. Why? So he can hook another child into his racket of fixing up his property. Daniel looks for him, clipping a bonsai tree, and once Miyagi gets him to sit down and landscape his chia pet, now I only printed out one paper, so I'm gonna have to free roll it.
Careful.
No, I'm gonna kick that.
Oh, no.
That's a joke. That's why it's a comedy set.
Are you now Ken from Street Fighter?
This is Ken from Street Fighter. So, I give out a world of Karate Kid references, nothing. I do pants, and you're like, got it. I've seen them red pants before with the vest. Well, now, the belt would have given it away, so I'm glad I didn't jump the gun with that. Anyway, that's not the trick that Miyagi plays as my favorite. My favorite trick in the movie is when he convinces Daniel that a shower is a Halloween costume. He doesn't even teach him karate, it's just to fuck with him. He's like, go to this Halloween dance dressed as a shower. Who goes dressed as a shower? He's like, well, it's got a curtain. No, like, why would anyone dress up like a shower? You don't go to a Halloween dance and see sinks. It's like, oh, me and my girl are going as a tubby combination. That doesn't happen at Halloween. No one's like, oh, which appliance will I go as this year? Well, last year we were the fridge. We're going to be the dishwasher and the washing machine. Why? Because we're on the outs and you're cheating on me with the dryer. Like, it makes more sense than the shower thing. I'm about at my time. I'm glad I brought my props. But like this set, in 6 months, we'll have the end of the Cobra Kai series, and that's when the other half of this set will happen. That's what they call foreshadowing in the biz. You have 6 months to catch up on all that, so I can inform you about how Chosen was really correct. And you go and say, who is Chosen? I'm like, well, that's your job. You have 6 months and about 75 hours of television and movie. Okay, and when I come back here and I make these references, you're not going to get them. Because you will have watched it 6 months ago. And it will already be forgotten. But just remember, you're like, remember back when he told us to watch it and we did? Didn't help his set at all. He was wrong. I wish he was Ken from Street Fighter.
Do we have to watch part 3?
I'm pretty sure all the parts. Otherwise, how will you know if he does the thing he does in the 3?
That one kid.
And that's the end of my set. Oh, I have ice cream. I don't want to bring it home, so you should.
What kind?
Lots of kinds.
I have 4 kinds. A Lucky Charms, cookies and cream. I got birthday cake. And then the other one is chocolate salted caramel.
Yes.
You want a sweatshirt tonight?
It's gonna go on over the guitar.
Okay.
I'm gonna hate whatever this is. Welcome Will Wagner to the stage, everybody.
Okay. So I'm gonna just secure this. Probably. I might secure this.
Do you want to use the other
It's
mic?
a little stripped.
Are we
Sorry.
all?
Are you using both mics?
I'm just gonna use both mics and a guitar.
You fucking better.
Sorry, I don't know why I'm like. No, you're good. You're good.
It's okay.
No, it's Will. I'm gonna
She already introduced me. They know who I am. Okay. I'm gonna be singing in one sometimes. So we'll make this the one that I sing in sometimes, okay? I'm gonna play Linger. No. Everyone got real excited for 3 notes. They're like, oh my god, the song I want to hear? That can't be Will.
You still like somehow found the person who liked that POD song the least.
Every day is a new day. I'm gonna need a little more from this my guy thing. I can't take it for granted.
Amazing.
Okay. Yeah, okay, this is wonderful. So when I'm on this microphone, I'm going to tell you a story and play you a song I played for the cousin who got me interested in music, and the material will be less jokey. But when I'm on this microphone, I'm a joke machine. As I tell you about the movies I hate for totally legitimate reasons. Here's an example. I hate the 2011 movie Jack and Jill because it makes me miss Big Mama's house. Staring up at a front porch light of a building I never knew. Every time I'm left alone, left here thinking of you. Every reminiscent thought and everything I see. Every educational stroke and every turn of my key. I still take walks to the same damn place. I knew you'd want it that way. I still take walks to the same damn place. I knew you'd want it that way. And I hate 2016's Sausage Party as much as 2017's The Emoji Movie. I've never seen either, but I do hate them. I grew up in a big family with over 25 cousins, but Jimmy and Steven were the coolest guys. And to a kid like me, they looked and behaved like rock stars. Anyone know what the 2005 sequel to Cheaper by the Dozen should have been called? Anyone? The answer we were looking for was Cheaper by the Dozen 2, Baker's Dozen. Cousin Steven lived with his mom out east, and one summer day, my mom and I drove out there, and instead of playing the 1987 game Zelda 2, The Adventures of Link on NES, 1987 is also when Leonard Part 6 came out, and it's fucking terrible. Bill Cosby's acting is bad. No sword fight with hot dogs can redeem someone for drugging people, even if it is alleged so I don't get sued. The drugging, not the hot dog fight. I've seen that shit on HBO. I give it 0 out of 3 stars. So we walked in the side gate. My cousin Steven sat next to us by the pool, fiddling around an acoustic guitar with a lit cigarette hanging out of his mouth. I'd only been there once or twice because I was only like 5 years old and it was 1990. But 1990 is also when the movie Ghost Dad came out, starring Bill Cosby. Still fucking hate that guy, but we already have a movie in 1990 with Ghost in the title that rocks. It's called Ghost. Patrick Swayze is the main reason why I listen to the Righteous Brothers while I do my pottery. Unfortunately, this isn't a list about good movies that I do like. Cousin Steven had this way of smoking a cigarette like it was lucky to be on his face. It hung out the side of his mouth as if it knew better than to fall. So when my mom went inside the house, I could just focus on the guitar. I'd never seen anyone play guitar in person outside of church. And I also hate the 2010 version of The Karate Kid. I already don't like repeating titles, but when The Karate Kid is a movie about a kid who learns Kung Fu, just call it The Kung Fu Kid. Steven was playing Patience by Guns N' Roses, his favorite band. And while he was good at guitar, I'd never heard the song before, so I thought he wrote it. And if you've never heard Patience before, this is Patience by Guns N' Roses. I hate The Love Guru and You Don't Mess with the Zohan from 2008. I imagine these two movies exist within the same universe. Then I imagine that universe blows up. Then I smile in exactly that order. He asked me what video games I like, and I told him The Adventures of Link, but it was too tough for me to beat. He showed me how to get through the scary parts without needing my brother's help. He was so busy helping me with video games we forgot to go in the pool. The whole reason we went over there. 2014's Edge of Tomorrow had the original title Live, Die, Repeat, which is way better. Whenever anyone hears Edge of Tomorrow, they're reminded of the theme song from Saved by the Bell, the college years, right? Just me? Fine. Back to the stuff you know is gonna get inevitably sadder. After that, Jimmy and Steven went down some dark paths. Z and Steven became a rarity. As my other cousins began driving and having jobs, we'd hear stories about being put in dangerous predicaments unexpectedly. I was too young to drive. My Aunt Lucky, Uncle Big Mike, and Jimmy eventually moved off the island. Steven stopped showing up at events for a bit. We didn't see those two for much for a handful of years. Now You See Me from 2016? Why the fuck didn't they call the sequel to Now You See Me, Now You Don't? It's like calling your first movie Peekaboo and not calling the sequel I See You? Oh, if it was a horror movie, the ICU would be an initial for like intensive care unit, you know, because of all the blood. When I was 18 at a wedding, I got a chance to speak with my cousin Steven for the first time as an adult-ish. I was too young to have any problematic interactions with him from growing up, so I still looked at him like the guy he was in by the pool. And we pretty much only talked about music. But a note for 2006 Larry the Cable Guy Health Inspector. Never list two jobs for the same person in your movie title. Larry the Cable Guy doesn't sound like an actor, it sounds like a sequel to the movie Cable Guy. I told him I'd recently started playing guitar. He wanted to jam, but he was living 10 minutes away. I was finally old enough to drive, and the coffee shop by him was where his bandmates always jammed. Question for 2005's Heartbeat Fully Loaded. Why would you put Fully Loaded in your movie about driving? I had already had a Lindsay Lohan vehicle, now the car is drunk and I'm the one who's sober. Correction, mostly sober. I decided to play an original song that my friends seem to like. It's what I've been playing for about, I don't know, 18 minutes now. Guitar wasn't my strong suit. My strong suit was lyrics. At that point, all my lyrics were about petty bullshit, so I sang him some of my petty bullshit lyrics. But I hate 2011's Transformers Dark of the Moon. Did they forget the head side, or did Pink Floyd threaten to sue them? Which is it? Because there's no way they landed on fucking Dark of the Moon intentionally. Dimly walk through dark hallways, darks with you with a nothing to say. I still wish I had static on the phone, you're whining, you're bitching, just take a deep breath, stop yelling and listen. I still believe that 1998's I Still Know What You Did Last Summer is bad because the notes should say, I know what you did 2 summers ago. Time doesn't freeze just because you're making a sequel. That's not how time or sequels work. I know you've somewhere else to go. I know you've someone else to see. Your place isn't in my head, tongue-tied, losing time on me. 1992's Home Alone 2 Lost in New York is messed up because Kevin isn't home and he's not alone. There's a bird lady and people everywhere. Anyway, how the fuck are you going to be both home and lost? Now, there are 2 more verses in an outro, but I'm probably running too late, so we can skip that. I don't like 1999's The Sixth Sense. Count the senses with me. Taste, touch, smell, sound, sight. If you see people, that's still using your sight. Oh, you see dead people? Great. Still only your 5th sense. Stop padding the stats. Cousin Steven's been leaning back in his chair the whole time. Relaxed, but paying attention. He's not really changing his expression with a lit cigarette hanging out of his mouth. That was pretty usual. He leans slowly forward, ashes cigarette, and he looks me in the eyes and says, nearly every Star Wars entry is wrong. Episode 1 is about Rise of Anakin Skywalker, so we should call it The Rise of Anakin Skywalker instead of The Phantom Menace. Oh, no, he really said, dude, that was incredible. The fact that it was about my petty relationship bullshit stopped mattering. The guy who wrote Patience liked my music. It's the only song I'd ever get to play for him. But Star Wars Episode 2 is about the Sith getting revenge on Darth Maul being taken down, so it should be called Star Wars Revenge of the Sith, because the clones barely even fucking attack. We still see Steven at weddings, and I remember he'd say, I love you more than everybody else in the family. Maybe it's because he saw us less, but I think he was just built a little different. But Episode 3 is where the clone army does most of their attacking, so I think we should call it Star Wars Attack of the Clones, you know? It's a more appropriate title. And I told this story at his wake without as much focus on the movies I hate for totally legitimate reasons. So I didn't mention how Episode 4 is where Luke, led by Obi-Wan, trains to be the first Jedi in a generation, or Star Wars Return of the Jedi. You get it because he wants to bring back the Jedi. Now, Cousin Jimmy couldn't make it due to obligations with the state of New York, but the news hurt him terribly. And in the lobby of the funeral home, I was able to speak to Steven's son, who was himself a musician. But Episode 5 is where he studies under Master Yoda and expands his understanding of the Force, or Star Wars The Force Awakens. How does he do more stuff with the Force in this one? By awakening it. He told me a story of how his father dove into a pool with a lit cigarette, and when he came out of the water, it was still lit, hanging out of the side of his mouth like it was lucky to be on his face. And I couldn't help but think, man, he finally got to go in that pool. After Yoda dies in Episode 6, spoiler alert, there's a showdown between Luke Skywalker and his father over who will be Star Wars The Last Jedi, you know, because they're the only Jedi left. But I'm worried that this set is getting too grim, so let's pretend I hit that kid. If that doesn't lighten the mood, then pretend I ate him. But when Episode 6 ended, the Empire was thwarted. In Episode 7, there's a bigger version of the Empire, more dangerous than before. Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back? Oh, I think it works pretty well for that one. Okay, well, what if I told you that my Uncle Mike also died? Would that break the tension? Don't worry, though, because in Episode 8, Rey represents a new hope, and I think you see where I'm going with this one. Star Wars, A New Hope. Sorry, I'm just really going through it right now. Humor and emotional manipulation are my coping mechanisms, and those 2 people thought I was a pretty funny little guy. Either that or I'm lying, and this becomes my acting reel. If they already used Rise of Skywalker for episode 1, there's only one place left to go for a story about a phantom that menaces people, giving us episode 9, Star Wars The Phantom Menace, reversing the first and last title. Every title in the series makes more sense with a different movie, and people deserve to know about it, but I know you've somewhere else to go. I know you've someone else to see. Your place isn't in my head, tongue-tied, losing time on me. Thank you for taking your time with me.
Quit stealing my act, Will.
Well, that's the thing. When Rory said stranger things are happening, that was just foreshadowing. She was just saying a few minutes from now, Will is up.
Are you ready? Let's give it up for Will Wagner!
I timed this out, so I'm going to try to be on that. So this is a story and a song about a very specific time in my life from when I was 21 and a half to 22. A song called Underrated. Last month, I told you said stuff about family members I lost. You left. And
You made us. That's not fair.
look, I told you emotional manipulation is my coping mechanism. And
Are you recording? Are you good?
yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
It's as good as it's ever gonna get. So I wanted to tell a story about my uncle who I lost. Unfortunately, he uses a lot of slurs. I got pyrotechnics this month. This is to set the mood from when I was about 21 and a half. Axe body spray. I didn't have this hat. These are all the hats that were in the closet, so they haven't been worn since I was 21 and a half. Not that one.
Oh, so we don't get puppets, we get hats. Okay.
Not that one. No.
Break.
No. Oh, I found it. Remember when you said cat in a hat? I did have one, but my head grew. And remember when you said puppets?
Fraggles! With the golf one.
So I've set the mood.
Survive.
Wait, your car keys are in that pile. Please don't lose them.
Oh no, none of those Fraggles can drive. So I wrote a song when I was 21 called Underrated because I wanted to believe I was underrated. It was kind of a way to lie to myself, and if I lie to myself and I say the words real fast, I'll believe it. You've been there.
Did you just point at me?
No, that was to everyone. At 21 and a half is when the song gets interesting because I get a DWI. I break up with the person I dated for the longest in my life at that point, and I'm living in Binghamton. I'm terribly alone. I've never been more depressed in my life. And my friend Derek drove from Washington, D.C. up to Binghamton, New York in a snowstorm, and he probably saved my life. And this song means a lot to me because he lived up there for a couple months, and every day we would work on music and we'd do the P90X from Tony Horton. And at night I would crumble back and turn into the person I was in that relationship that I didn't want to be. And so one day we were doing the P90X and my ex stopped by while we were doing it with her friend, and they saw us, and oh how they laughed. Oh, they had a fun time. And they wanted to go out, so we went out. One of my friends in college was a model from Europe named Mache. And so they had fun looking at him, and he came back to the house because he likes to play video games. And we're playing video games, and they're interested in him, and he knows that, and he likes manipulating people. He's a good guy. So he gets down to his underpants. And you know how much I love clothing-based comedy. We fast forward a few months, and a mutual friend of me and my ex is throwing a party. And we go there, and at this point, I had abs. So a girl who was there saw me and was like, oh, I want to give that guy the time of day. And my ex hates time. And so she did what she normally did, which is threaten to lay down in traffic. And I went to go chase after her, as was tradition. And her friends told me not to because we weren't dating anymore. And they were right. And I sat down. And that beautiful girl gave me her phone number. Now we fast forward a few weeks, and it's my graduation party from college. And my aunt and my uncle are there, and we always have the same interaction. They go, oh, so you bringing anyone to the party? And I go, oh, I don't bring anyone I like here.
That's really relatable.
And I go, as soon as I hate someone I love, you'll be the first to meet him. And then my uncle would call me some form of gay that I will not repeat. And I would say, well, you wouldn't be saying that if Maurice was here. Right after I said that, Derek Gross walks in the side gate with dreadlocks. And they go, is that Maurice? Because they don't know I can't pull a Derek Gross. So it wasn't, I decided to play drinking games because that was my specialty, see DWI. And I wasn't driving anywhere, I lived there. So instead, I drank until I threw up in a bush, fell asleep next to the bush. Derek comes back there to check on me, make sure I'm okay. I'm like, Derek, who's left? He goes, just you, me, and a beautiful girl. I go, oh, well, what if my aunt and uncle ask who it is? He goes, I don't know. I'm like, well, I can throw her over the fence. He goes, throw her over the fence? I'm like, if you insist. I chucked her. She landed, she's fine. Anyway, I go, Derek, what do I do? He's like, well, you gotta go after her. So I threw myself over the fence, because you gotta remember, I was doing P90X. I could do that. And we took a walk up to my elementary school, because when I would get drunk, I would walk around the neighborhood like it was safe.
Yeah.
And I would go up to the school, because they had swings. I would also go up there sober for balance. And that's not why I was there then. I went there and we had sex on top of my elementary school, covered in roof tar. We came home and my aunt and uncle were staying in my bedroom, so we took a shower in the family shower, and then we fell asleep mostly naked in the living room. My uncle goes to me and he's like, oh, I guess that's Maurice. And I'm like, no, and if you tell Derek Gross, I will kill you. Because I was underrating myself because of how I saw my ex seeing me, and she was underrating me because she didn't understand my market value. And my aunt and uncle, they were underrating how much I'd love to fuck with them. And I think they were all underrating how much I loved that elementary school. And so after I played it after that, it was a real encapsulation of that moment. And so I probably never played it live solo since Taft? Lyndon B. Johnson? I don't know. I'm not good with dates. I was 21 and a half. I don't remember who was in office back then. Anyway, this is a song called Underrated. I'm under time. I'm sure of it. This is the closest I get to rap.
All I am.
Turn that off.
I'm sorry.
No.
No.
We have a bet.
Everyone knows that you can record at different speeds.
Are you talking about relativity right now?
No, I'm talking about my uncle. It's like one relative. Drop shaking like a leaf onto rocks into autumn season, watching summer stocks drop the harvest breeze, and I breathe in potpourri and I find my reasons to wear the thick slippery socks. When the winds of fall carry fog of war, when the storms they bring old danger, watch it turn like a knife as I fail in my strife to be attracted to try for the life in the tax of an icon, where the sippers who toast big to strippers who boast about love without self-esteem can't smell the smoke within their daydream, but still under the skin they keep their red glands for white sands where blue eyes get stranded stretching out land. They're just looking for more lost hope and another lost dream. Now this mistake was unintentional, some intense offense on my sensibility to avoid good sense and think we hit it big cause we went the distance. My mistake was both conventional and lonely, some misrepresented intent to hokey pokey until my innocence could feel some sense of existence. You're gonna have to turn that down because I can't control myself. I was 21 and a half. Never found a four-leaf clover. Abraham's faces turned me over. I never met a three-legged bunny or the bigger side of the wishbone. But honey, you should know that I'm lucky as hell when you can't catch me anymore. When I felt the axis still and the stars aligned. Everything seems so bright. When you're looking for a sign to light your sky. Hands to hips, shaking knees, pucking my lips, and then I break the keys free, somewhat shady from being out in the sun. Lightning jaded from being thunderstruck. 'Cause the tears cascade, but you're damned to let them go. I'm underrated, and you know. You come to make amends, it depends on if I'm doing well. Must have driven you mad to see me just now. It must be that I'm doing well now. Oh well. Anyhow, you leave the room, I just assume it must be time for you to adjust your shelf and thrust yourself into a brighter, better, bit of a bustier costume. And you sweat me like loose perfume. Because the main lights glow, the neons go down, the light spot we in the spotlights, we dance in slow motion. And you're forced to watch us alone. Then you stare at bullets from afar and try to romance discard. Spinning through the room, just looking for stabilization. But I found my scab became scars and bars instead. There's a line to remind me I'm a star, and you should check me and check out my constellation. That's you. We're all stars, and I remember most of this song. But if I don't play it right, I could just lie about it. These are the actual chords, or are they? Am I a liar again? Uh-oh, suspense. I never found a four-leaf clover. Abraham's faces turned me over. I never met a three-legged bunny or the bigger side of the wishbone. But honey, you should know that I'm lucky as hell if you can't catch me anymore. When I felt the axes tilt and the stars align. How everything seems so bright. When you're looking for a sign to light your life. Hands to hips, shaking knees, pucking my lips, and then I break the keys free, somewhat shady from being out in the sun. I'm lightning jaded from being thunderstruck. The tears cascade, but you're damned to let them go. I'm underrated, and now you know. I'm underrated, now you know. I'm underrated, and I sometimes scat something like rim da dum pa pa rim ba dum pa pa ri dum pa 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 ba di ba di. This is how the song goes, da-dee-da-ba. This is how it goes. These are the actual words. I'm not making it up. Words of the song. I'm not making it up. This is on the recording. Didn't record it though. Now you know. 13 minutes and 22 seconds. 12:50. I'm living. You know, I could get another song in.
Alright, we're closer to your time, so you win.
Oh, what was the wager?
I don't know, really.
Wow,
I got
you guys are bad at
That was it.
Look, I got a good betting system. She doesn't remember the bet, I win. What are you trying to get in the way of the good thing?
Oh, do you want your hat back? Here you go.
No, you get the hat. You can keep them. Like, you could just have these hats. This is a song from my youth that was very important to me. It's a duo of French Canadians who would go on to change the rest of the world. And the chorus is very simple. It goes, we're all American boys, all American boys, we're all American boys, we're all American boys. From Montreal to Memphis, parlez-vous français? Tell all of the girls the Rougeos are on the way. Don't call us pretty boys, we're not a musclehead. We hate that long hair look, we like the preppy look instead. We're all American boys. We're all American boys. All American, all American boys. We don't like heavy metal, we don't like rock and roll. All we like to listen to is Barry Manilow. Something in the French, I can't say those words, but it's okay, cause we love the USA. Hey, we're all American boys. All American boys. 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 Get it with me. Everyone here's my dog, right? Yeah. For America. Yeah, I didn't have the strap. It was holding me back the whole time. I thought I was being strangled. Growing up, my best friend lived next door. When I was in like 6th grade, we played the wrestling video games. Like, you should let me power bomb you. And he's like, no. And I'm like, no, I know how to do it. You just, you gotta jump. He's like, okay. Dropped his head on the roof. Probably gave him a concussion. He grew up and he became a doctor. Still hasn't thanked me. Okay, that was my wrestling material. That I limited for Chaka because if I just do too much Chaka, the crowd goes mild. There are original songs I wanted to do. There's bits that I wanted to do, and I need lyrics because unfortunately I'm terrible at memory. Great at the game memory, bad at the practice memory. And so, you remember when I did 2 songs at the same time, and you were like,
Yes.
hey Will, you're taking up way too much time. You're like, oh, what is it? And you're like, 12 minutes. You have 60 seconds. And then you almost had to physically remove me from the stage because I care. So, this is a song by a British group. Now, remember I played Creep and no one sang along with me because I was singing the TLC lyrics but playing the Radiohead?
Yes.
That's the kind of guy I am. So this is a song called Breathe by a British group. I'm not going to tell you who, but you know it as soon as I play it. The intro takes 47 minutes. The pressure, don't play my game on pressure. Psycho, semantic, addict insane. Breathe, the pressure, come play my game on test ya. Psycho, semantic, addict insane. Come play my game. Inhale, inhale. Don't miss it. Breathe the pressure. Oh, come play my game. I'll test ya. Psycho, semantic. Addict insane. Breathe the pressure. Oh, come play my game. I'll test ya. Psycho, semantic. Addict insane. Come play my game. Inhale, inhale. Don't miss it. Now the song goes on too long. I don't have to try.
You have exactly 40 seconds, Bill. No pressure.
Oh, okay. So no interpretive dance at the Highlander series of movies.
Why not?
I mean, I welcome it.
Says
I have 40 seconds and I didn't stretch my knee properly. Okay, so that was my sing-along game. Now, did you get rid of that kid there? Oh, did he have headphones on?
Yeah.
Okay, good. At the end of my first set, I ran out of time. I was just about to get into the intricacies of centaur. Remember? So here's what I like. The phrase "hung like a horse" sounds like you're murdering an animal. I don't like it as a phrase because you hear it, you're like, what did that horse do? How'd they string him up? They have to have a lot of people or a strong tree. So I don't like it on that level. But I'm also uncomfortable because they say hung like a horse and not hung like a centaur. They wanted to go for beast. They could have been normal and gone half human. But they also know this. Centaurs, and this is a fact, centaurs have human. Everyone knows this. Everybody knows this. Because nature was unfair. A horse and a human combined to make a centaur, but it's got 6 limbs. So out there somewhere is the bottom half of a human and the head of a horse just living in your nightmares. So in order to make it fair for that one, we gotta give them a big dump, all right? You gotta hook them up. The other thing is, when you've ever seen a centaur in any kind of fiction, it's always shown having like a regular human mouth. If it was a horse, it would look like that scene from the Joker when he's like, you don't wanna know how I got these scars? Horse. And that's every centaur. They look like an old apple. I'm sorry, everyone eats fruit differently, I guess. So you could have got that, but you missed it. If you saw my set in March of 2023, you probably were like, you left something out. That's what didn't make it. I don't like political humor. I like humor that's political. So if a joke is funny and you can take the politics out of it, it works, right? So 8 or 9 years ago, I wrote a bit about how it's bad to compare Trump to Hitler because where do you go from there? You know, picture this. Trump has a puppy at point on Fifth Avenue. You've already called Hitler that puppy. What do you call him? Pol Pot? How are you going to raise the stakes on him? Genghis Khan. Right? That's why I said you should have started in the 80s. You should have compared him to someone he would agree to. Now, this person wants his name on everything. He has ridiculous hair that no one tells him about. A tan that's not here. It's not human. He can't be told about his faults. He sues people who try to bring him down. Kind of wants his daughter. I'm, of course, talking about Hulk Hogan. Yep. Like, Trump, you're political Hulk Hogan. He would have been like, thank you.
His McMahon is similar.
Yes.
But then you can raise the stakes. Like, you find out that maybe, I don't know, he's the star and paid her off. Then you can call him a McMahon. But until then, it's just conjecture. On the other side, Joe Biden's hilarious. He's just funny. In the 80s, I didn't really know him as much because at that point I was happy.
Children, so.
And then in the 90s, I knew him as the guy who looked like Jake the Snake Roberts in Congress. He had that hair, and I was like, oh shit, Jake the Snake Roberts in Congress. In the 2000s, he became what I call standardized Joe. That's the part that they froze in memories. When they reprogram him every morning, he sees 2004 Joe Biden in the mirror. It's like, still yeah. He loses at everything. His brain goes to pudding. Then we elect him leader of the free world. Now, if you're us, maybe it's scary, but to everyone else, that's comedy, right? Yeah. If his only obstacle to becoming president was his brain thinking, that's hilarious on its own. And you think this hurts me? This is our first pro-ice cream president in my lifetime.
Are you not old enough to remember James Madison?
He never pulled my shit, and I think So, my dad, he has troubles. He yells at the television at stuff that I don't think he should be yelling at. He yells at Fox News and horse racing.
Yes.
You should yell at both of those things.
I would say both of those feel correct.
Come on, two! Come on, two!
He doesn't gamble on either. Because the world is really fucked up, he'll yell and I won't hear what the television said and I'll have to guess. I'll hear something like, illegal immigrants have the inside track, and I'll wait to see if they measure in furlongs. A lot of my family members, they believe the hyperbole being spread out. One time, my aunt and uncle who say slurs come in from out of town for a family party. I was like, Aunt, what's going on? She's like, everything's bad. Said all the talking points that you've heard like 1,000,000 times. And this was 8 years ago, so there was the same talking points. And I'm like, oh no, someone has to make her happy. And the next time she came in, she was talking about one of the Marjorie Taylor Greene conspiracies. There's so many that I didn't catalog it. I should have. I just figured this would be in my memory as the Marjorie. She has to top herself and has 17 seasons. So she came back and she was saying terrifying things. And I'm like, oh, that's bad, Aunt. I didn't want her to be unhappy anymore. So I took a broadcast, or someone took a broadcast of Tucker Carlson Tonight and used editing software, and I put an episode of Black Mirror instead of the video clip being shown. Next time I saw her, I'm like, how goes it, Aunt? She's like, bad. I'm like, why bad? She's like, they're making politicians in Europe fuck animals in order to get their children back. And I'm like, yeah, European politics is weird. It's on the left side.
I felt bad about it because it didn't sound any crazier than she normally sounds. And so I thought about my nieces, and they're like the happiest people I know, so I spliced in their thing. And the next time we had a family party, my aunt's there. I'm like, how you doing, Aunt? She's like, good. I'm like, why good? She's like, we're going on a bear hunt. I'm like, we're going on a bear hunt? She's like, we're going to see a big bear. I'm like, what about the debt ceiling? She's like, can't go under it. I can't go under it. She's like, can't go over it. I'm like, can't go over it. She's like, gotta go through it. And I gotta say, she's never been happier. Ever since I spliced into her TV feed, she's really got some good information. And she relates to my nieces so much better instead of just terrifying them. She goes up to them like she goes up to everyone else, where it's like that scene with the hyenas in The Lion King. You know when they use that weird framing and the angles up and it looks like they're descending on Simba? That's how she approaches everyone in both personality and in actual mannerisms. It's like, she's like 30 pounds. She's like, Gucci, Gucci! And you're from out of town. That's a stranger coming to grab her. You're like a claw machine right now. Okay. 1, 2, trio? Are you trioing?
The eye contact.
That was really, that was really.
Okay, everyone, for serious time, I'm not going to play games with you. I'm not wearing a sweatshirt. Once the full band sets up, I got to be honest, it would be funnier to me if we didn't play music now, but it would be unfunnier to them, and they wouldn't want to look at me.
I would be upset, to be honest with you.
I'd still laugh.
I'd still laugh.
I think we're pretty good.
Do you have a project name? What are we calling this? The Accidental Band?
I don't remember what I wrote. That was hours ago.
Inadvertently a band.
Inadvertently a band.
Guys, let's give it up for Will Wagner
Okay.
and the Inadvertent Band.
So I'm going to introduce the band real quick. On keys, we have Rory Kelly. On cajon, we have Josh Honeyman. And on bass, we have Matt Shaw. Now, on My Dad, we have Midnight Salad. Not like that. This first song is about, like, young love. Okay. Oh, sorry. Come in, Dad.
May I come down?
Yeah. What's up? We only got 8 minutes.
We only got 2 rules in this house, William.
I know.
What are they?
You have to support the Los Angeles Dodgers, and the only true music is Feel Me Flow by Naughty by Nature.
That's right, that's right.
Okay.
Where's your big boy hat, William?
I'm not wearing the big boy hat, Dad.
Put the big old hat on, William. Now what about the shoes?
I'm not wearing the shoes.
What about the big boy shoes, William?
You're lucky I got these Mountain Dew socks.
Let's go down.
You're ruining the show.
All right, son.
And I'm not playing music for the last time.
Big boy shoes, come on now.
This is why we don't give Dad money.
Matthew? Rory? What are the two rules in the house?
What? Big boy hats.
That's right.
Okay, Dad, I think we're gonna just hang out and probably, I don't know, launder some money, maybe traffic drugs. We're not playing music.
What are the two rules in the house?
No music and Los Angeles Dodgers.
All right. I'll be upstairs now.
Dad, the stream's not gonna like me. They're Mets fans. This is a song about growing up, and it's tough. Young love happens on rooftops and on the pavement, sometimes basements. We fall far and hard and low, and sometimes love don't make it, so we fake it, follow the sun till tomorrow. We'll borrow more time for sharing sunnier days. Get it? Get it? We're seeing the world through the window of a basement in a space meant for video games. Love in a basement. Love in a basement. Love in a basement. Love in a basement. Watching the leaves turn to autumn. I'm solemn, 'cause I worry again. Then I worry about, then I worry again. Then I worry about, and then I worry if I feel the pulse of your finger, letting your finger linger again, again in my mouth. I seem to doubt it. I brought you some food down to the basement. The look on your face of complacence suspends me, and I hope you're dreaming. The chloroform works, so I put 32x, and if the special effects ever wake you, I can stop your screaming. Love in a basement. Love in a basement. Love in a basement. Love in a basement. Young love happens in a dark cage on the pavement in my basement. You scream far and hard and low, and sometimes thumbs don't make it. When I break it, you still have one left until tomorrow. We'll borrow more time for sharing thummier days. Get it? You see in the world through the window of my basement in a space meant for video games. Love in a basement. Love in a basement. Love in a basement. Love in a basement. Watching the fuzz start to dawdle. I'm solemn because I worry again, and then I worry about, and then I worry again, and then I worry about, and then I worry if I'll feel the pulse of your finger, letting your finger linger again, again in my mouth till the blood comes out. Brought you more food down to the basement. The look on your face of complacence suspends me, 'cause I know you're scheming. Well, your other fingers are next, so I put 32x, and if I suspect you haven't learned your lesson yet, I will not give them back.
William!
No, Dad. Love in a basement. Love in a basement. Love in a basement. Love in a basement. Dad, come down. My dad's come down. My dad's coming. What's up, Dad?
You're playing music down there?
No, Dad, we're selling crack.
What are the rules, William?
No music that isn't naughty by nature's feel me flow.
Where are your big boy pants, William?
I'm not wearing the big boy pants,
Put the
Dad.
big pants on, you William!
No, put it on. The pants are on, Dad. Can I please play the song?
Where's the big boy jacket?
I'm not wearing
William?
the jacket!
Jacket, William!
It's too hot in here for that.
Big boy jacket, William!
Guys, I can make it through. It's a long sleeve shirt.
Big boy.
Hey, Dad, can you please sit down so I can play music? People
All
are
right
waiting
now,
on me.
all right now.
You make me look bad for my friends.
I'm going upstairs now, William.
Sorry, guys. My dad's kind of...
Your dad's a park ranger?
He just micro shrooms and lives by some state parks.
Sorry. I'm gonna be grounded if we don't play some hip hop.
Okay.
Okay, Dad.
I don't hear it, Nick. Come on now, William.
Okay, ready? It's A sharp minor, or you'll figure it out. Oh no, I should have given you the chords. Okay, I see what we're doing. We're doing music. We're doing B and then A sharp minor, then G sharp minor, then F sharp major, the whole song. It goes B, then A sharp minor, G sharp minor, F sharp major, B, A sharp minor, G sharp minor, F sharp major. It goes, here we go now, if you hear me though, come and feel me flow. Here we go now, if you hear me though. You got to feel the chronicles of a bionicle lyrically spitting, dismissing. I'm on a mission of just sitting now it's rich and kitten, hitting with mittens. I'm missing, wishing, man, listen. I glisten like sun and water while fishing. Bust a moving and swerve, serve nerve with nerve embedded. I said it, word man, you murder, you nerd. Coming through the town of Illy and Alley, full of fillies and rally suckers get silly and Sally and found in alleys. I'm rowdy, really. So here we go now, if you hear me though, come and feel me flow. Never mixing with jerking brothers bitching over fixing. That ain't fixing to be hitting for nothing. Splitting things is bitten and getting written off. Like a fatter bad bladder, boy, you're pissing me off before you even started. So what? So long for you, fly by my try. How else could I say it when you play it? Try boom, bye bye. Here we go now, if you hear me though, come and feel me flow. Here we go now, if you hear me though. The flow, pro, poetical skills, only a veteran, no better, know where the weather flow that's on point like decimal man, handling new crews, partying with the zoo crew, looking for the pink and boo-boos. I thought you knew two stone styles of stamina, jamming, and while we're planning the jam, we bust, plus with a party amateur, damage, and manager, damaging mics, men, even mannequins. You're a fan again? I want to know, who's the man again? Naughty's back like vertebrates, word to hey a ho, the way I show you pray I flow. Steady break into the boogie, so bang time, the slang bang and watch all the poo-tang, tang, tang. Here we go now, if you hear me though, come and feel me flow. Here we go now, if you hear me though. Playing K, you'll break the body of a beat to beat the break into boogie. Firm and fully chase bass lines like bullies. All we wanna know is if your body wanna party is the boot-tang, tang for everybody. Hip-hop, split up and get up your wit up, souped up, put your dukes up, no guts set up for sit up, flip up, watch us rip up, shake shows until they fizz up, rizz up like you with us, if not zip up your lip up, whip up, hit with ran, some foul styles get M1. We came back cause we heard hip-hop needed another anthem, black like Noah, acting for you. If we were back in the days with the drifters, we'd be known as the flowers, driven these since the 70s, find me. So we went crazy in the 80s, so we won't get tinies in the 90s. Oops, naughties, troops, in sections of 40s. Clap your hands and hold your shorty, I'm naughty. Here we go now, if you hear me though, come and feel me flow. Here we go now, if you hear me though. Here we go now, if you hear me though, come and feel me flow. Here we go now, if you hear me though. And and I think that's my set. My dad's gonna ground me if I play anymore. Thanks, Dad. Couldn't do this without you and my shoes. I appreciate everyone being patient. It took a while to get there, but we finally finished the second song.
Let's give it up for whatever that was. Thank you to Will. Thank you to Josh. Thank you to Rory. Thank you to Matt. Excellent. I guarantee that's the long game Will is playing.
Hello.
Will's only fan.
My only fan.
Okay, I think this is good, Will.
Oh, this is gonna be great.
This is gonna be great. I hope so. You have 39 minutes of recording available.
No, I'm not gonna take 39 minutes.
Okay.
Oh, goody. Microphone by my face, so I don't gotta move my head.
Let's give it up one more time for Will Wagner! Whatever the fuck he's about to do.
Oh, is the guitar going through there? I'm not a guitar.
This is Will's resume.
Okay. Tonight, I'm sticking to the script to show you I can be a professional. How professional? I'm going to start out with my resume, showing that I can be both a main singer and a backup singer. But if I wasn't, I'd talk to you about the 1994 movie Speed. But I can't, because I'm a professional. So stop bugging me about it. Oh, I can't. I get to put a sweatshirt on. Oh, if you want more resumes, they're right there. I hit them.
There's physical copies of Will's resume.
Sorry, I'm going to have to get rid of my Macho Man shirt.
Is there a macho man?
Now I can play guitar. My first non-resume song of the evening is a sing-along. It's about being willing to shock people, titled Lucille. That's Loose space EEL. Jeff Daniels in 1994 was the real Lucille. He did Dumb and Dumber and Speed back to back. It's fun to pretend that it's a shared universe because in both movies, he plays a guy named Harry who gets shot unexpectedly while wearing a bulletproof vest. In Dumb and Dumber, luckily, he gets shot in the chest, which is a very weird phrase. However, in Speed, they foreshadowed that he was going to get shot during the first pop quiz. Keanu Reeves tells Harry he'd shoot the hostage in the leg, and then Harry's the hostage, and he kneecaps him. And much like everything else Jeff Daniels does, it's hilarious. And you know how much I like leg-based material. Harry goes, "They're giving you a medal for shooting me, you little prick." Hilarious. But he's not even the loosest deal of the movie. Dennis Hopper is flipping the fuck out for nearly 30 minutes of screen time. He plays Howard Payne, who gets the craziest lines of the movie. Most of the time, they're directed at his TV screen when he's completely alone. It's like if my dad could make explosives and hated the watch his company gave him, just looking at his television screen going, "The whim of a madman, the whim of a madman." Now, I'm worried I'm not going to get all my songs in. So everyone do their best Dennis Hopper impression and sing along with me for this song. It's called Lucille. Lucille, electrocute. Lucille, you were meant to move the microphone. Oh, the lyrics are in there. If you scan it, you get to read all the lyrics. You can sing along if you know the verses and have the quick words. I'm gonna put my volume up on the guitar more. Is that better?
As much as you can.
I think that might be the max. Okay, guys, we figured it out. It was me. Lucille, electrocute. Lucille, you were meant to electrocute and leave. And leave. I used to walk up the river with the dogfish box and to ship it to my liver to deliver a spark. Tried to give into the rhythm, no rhythm is a fallacy. With my wisdom, I can never seem to stop and listen to the words of sages when I know I need to learn how to keep hold of my breath. If I'm gonna try to ride away, should I know better? Is it better to go or to know that I'm damn right. Yo, I used to think that it was gangster to have a little now and later hit escape. Irish eggs and go to cab, don't wait up to hear the bad words that the mad libs in cursive said. Well, pulling up scatfull curses with anger and cursing. Grabs on from the claw of a crab man who'd been found creating. Scars underneath, deep inside we stalk, we lock. We throw out punchlines like it's the middle of a bad joke. Not mocking or evil, but shocking hollow. And honestly, I think maybe I should keep holding my breath. But what if getting it off my chest? Cause I know better means quitting while I'm ahead. If you're just vomiting on me, oh Lucille, electrocute, Lucille, you were meant to electrocute, Lucille, electrocute, Lucille, you were meant to electrocute and leave, and leave. I have a habit of overthinking and repeating myself. Another habit is repeating as I think over complex inventions to get your attention. But oh, you already doubt this verse. Don't worry, I fixed it tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. Nobody notices. I'm playing it cool unless it's all elaborate ruse to confuse you selfish motherfuckers on your phones. Bet you didn't expect profanities. Unclench, please, and calm your shit ass down. And I'll stop cursing. Because I love to make things awkward, it became a buzzword, so now I tend to get a little weird. I think abstractly, I get easily distracted. When you said gym rat, I thought of Splinter. I keep it simple, but imagination lets me fly. So I say, why find concrete? Oh, Lucille, electrocute. Lucille, you were meant to electrocute. Lucille, electrocute. Lucille, you were meant to electrocute and leave. Now my second non-resume song of the evening is about young love. Thank you. You might have heard it played at Shakedown approximately 40 days ago. You can check, I did the math. The song is about young love, and it reminds me of a quote from the movie Speed. You might remember Speed. Well, in Speed, Jack says this exact quote to his bus driver. If you slow down, it'll blow. If anyone tries to get off, it'll explode. Which really spoke to my experience with young love. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll use a quote from the movie Speed, said by Jack's best friend Harry about an elevator getting detonated. He's early, son of a bitch is early. Now, if that's still not directed enough, I have a quote from the movie, Speed. It works really well for this. It's said by Annie when she wants to get out of an awkward conversation. I got gum on my seat, gum. But for me, 2 of those G's were C's, as in I ruined that couch cushion. Anyways, this is a song about young love called Love in the Basement. It's a song about consequences that come from the decision to date me. Now, I can do that, or I can go back to talking about the movie Speed. I want to both those on the table. I got gum on my seat. Okay, we're going to go with the music? Okay, that makes sense. Young love happens on rooftops, on the pavement, sometimes basements. We fall far and hard and low, and sometimes love don't make it, so we fake it. Follow the sun till tomorrow. We'll borrow more time for sharing sunnier days. Get it, get it. Seeing the world through the window from a basement in a spaceman for video games. Love in a basement, love in a basement, love in a basement, love in a basement. Watching the leaves turn to autumn, I'm solemn, 'cause I worry again and then I worry about of your finger, letting your finger linger again, again in my mouth. Now I seem to doubt it. I brought you some food down to the basement. The look on your face of complacence suspends me. I hope you're dreaming. The chloroform works, so I put 32X, and if the special effects ever wake you, I can stop your screaming. Love in a basement. Love in a basement. Love in a basement. Love in a basement. Young love happens in a dog cage on the pavement in my basement. You scream hard and far and low, and sometimes thumbs don't make it. When I break it, you still have one left. Till tomorrow, we'll borrow more time for sharing thummier days. Get it? Get it? Seeing the world through the window from my basement in a basement for video games. Love in a basement. Love in a basement. Love in a basement. Love in a basement. Watching the fuzz start to dawdle. I'm solemn because I worry again, and then I worry about, then I worry again, and then I worry about, then I worry if I feel the pulse of your finger, letting your finger linger again, again in my mouth. What comes out? Oh, here, I got your food. Down to the basement, the look on your face of complacence suspends me, cause I know you're scheming. Your other fingers are next, so I put 32X, and if I suspect you haven't learned your lesson yet, I will not give them back. Love in a basement. Love in a basement. Love in a basement. Love in a basement. Okay. While we're talking about being trapped underground against your will, we can't help but think of the same thing. Didn't this happen in the movie Speed? You're right to think that, because it did. In Speed, love happens fast, and quite often traumatically underground. Like when you and the girl you have a crush on are riding an unstoppable train underground on tracks that haven't been built yet, and you both survive a magical jump through a billboard, and you want to bang, but you realize you can't base a relationship off trauma. Jack repeats a line Annie said earlier in the movie, but she's just looking to get it in. Jack's like, I have to warn you, I heard relationship based on intense experiences never work. And Annie's like, okay, we'll have to base it on sex then. It's 1994 Keanu Reeves. You just happened to land on Keanu Reeves in that brief 40-year window he's been fuckable. Anyway, the relationship was over by the time we got to Speed 2 Cruise Control. And the fallout of the relationship was so bad that her character gives up on land vehicles entirely. The takeaway should be that you can't base a relationship off of one thing. You need at least three things. Sex, Taco Bell, and bad movies. Don't believe me? Well, in the 1993 movie Demolition Man, Sandra Bullock was incredible at sex, virtually, loved Taco Bell, and watched Jackie Chan movies. I bet she's still banging out John Spartan to this day. Anyways, the next song is about a relationship that ended because of my suggestion that we watch the movie Drumline. You don't understand. I'm really good in bed at Taco Bell. We both were. But either you accept me for my love of Nick Cannon's Drumline, or accept that I'm going to be watching it without you with my pants off. Why are my pants off? Because my pants are always off when I eat Taco Bell in bed. I can't stain my bare legs with sauce, only make them more delicious. Honest question, when has anyone ever cleaned up with a Taco Bell napkin? It's more of a sauce squeegee than a napkin. It's easier to get a stain out of the napkin than it is your clothes. Anyways, this song is a sing-along. I'm in Love featuring Drumline, full title. There are two things to remember. For the intro and the verse, it's going to be the same exact thing. It goes... And at the end of the chorus, I'm going to play this chord. I'm going to put my hand up like a conductor. And when I go up, we're all going to breathe, and I'm going to go... Watching the movie Drumline. We're all going to say it together. Watch for the breath, okay?
All right.
It goes like this. Oh, I need a drink up my drink. That's usually what I drink. I've kept it cool. I'm a pretty relaxed guy. I didn't let the fact that I didn't play that first song throw me off. Okay, and we go. And we sing it for the verse too. Okay, just me? Okay, fine. Love, ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba, feels, ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba, like, ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da, for show, ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba, love, ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba, lease, ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba, be, ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da, no, not that part. Line, ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba, need, ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba, speak, ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da, bold, ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba, sign, ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba, we, ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba, see, ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da, road. I don't love you anymore. I don't love you any less. What I need from you, just a little more time, 'cause I don't love you. I just love watching the movie Drumline. And we go ba 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 da ba ba da ba da ba 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 da ba ba da ba da ba 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 da ba ba da ba. And we sing it for the second verse. Ba 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 da ba ba da ba 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 da ba ba da ba. Oh, thank you. Feels so good. I can only do one part. Okay, good. I keep going. I'm in love. At least it feels like it. Put on a show. Keep going. I'm in love. Guess I used to be. Now I don't know. Spare my life. That was the lyrics. You can keep going. To speak. I'm too bold. There were signs that at least they used to see. Now it's the road, and it's the chorus. I don't love you, not you, anymore. I don't love you any less. All I need from you is just a little more time, 'cause I don't love you. I just love fucking movie Drumline, Taco Bell, and watching the movie Drumline. And eating Taco Bell new ba 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 da ba ba da ba 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 da ba ba da ba 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 da ba ba da ba. Bring me to a question I want you to consider. How much cheating is acceptable? 0, right? Well, Who here remembers Ferris Bueller's Day Off, where Sloane kisses Cameron? Hmm? She's dating Ferris. Is that infidelity or charity? Unrelated. How long does one need to not get any before sex is on the table? It's not for me. I'm asking for science. Which reminds me, you know what other movie Alan Ruck, who played Cameron, was in 1994? You won't believe it. He was in the movie Speed. He plays Stevens, the guy forced to relay messages via walkie-talkie to Harry and Jack's boss. They have this memorable exchange. Book me. Oh, darn. But Jack doesn't have time for oh, darn. He can't be concerned with physics or buses that don't know how to jump. He sees a flat surface, he pretends there's a ramp there. Sure enough, it works. He doesn't let a few blown tires slow them down below 50. Jack just pushes that bus beyond physics with nothing but willpower. And the screwdriver he accidentally punctured the gas tank with. Well, he actually drops the screwdriver, so it's just him and the puncture. But I think it speaks to all of us who puncture the gas tank in a bus full of strangers because life has no consequences and you're a superhero. You can shoot people in the knees and they'll present you with medals. Anywho, I wrote this song in one day and then I played it for you, but there were some holes in it, so I fixed all the rough parts and I'm ready to jump that bus. Also, this is called What Is Fear. I'm gonna thumb this one a little bit, get a little strummy. If there's gonna be hell today, heaven's hardly gonna get in the way. Stand up strong if you're not wrong, someday they'll say you were the hero. If there's gonna be hell to pay, just charge it on layaway. What I feel is what is here, what is fear if I'm a superhero? Maybe I'm a superhero with one below average knee, but fine legs. Although that knee really brings the leg average down. Like if we have leg averages, well, great legs would be strong or metal. Bad legs would be no legs. But having metal legs usually means you don't have your regular strong legs anymore. Or does it? Whenever I'm in doubt, I say, if there's gonna be hell today, heaven's hardly gonna get in the way. Stand up strong if you're not wrong, someday they'll say you were the hero. If there's gonna be hell to pay, just charge it on layaway. What I feel is what is here, what is fear if I'm a superhero? Maybe I'm a superhero with confidence in legs, but fearful that people will think I didn't write this verse before I got here. But I promise, it's in the Word document. I've got it at home or on your phones. I just don't know how to time it out, 'cause I'm thinking so much about my legs. Is anyone else self-conscious just about one knee? I used to have some good ACLs. Now I'm scared of moving laterally. Once again, you can reference the previously mentioned Word document. This is all in there, I promise, but for now, whenever I'm in doubt, I say, if there's gonna be hell today, heaven's hardly gonna get in the way. Stand up strong if you're not wrong, someday they'll say you were the hero. If there's gonna be hell to pay, just charge it on layaway. What I feel is what is here, what is fear if I'm a superhero? Maybe I'm a superhero with amazing legs. How sweet the sound. 1.75 amazing legs. Please, just look at my left leg. It's the one in pajama pants for national security reasons, because secretly, these are undercover legs. Sent to me from NASA. Built for the guy from Streets of Rage Part 3 named Zan. Oh yeah, he's got better legs, but they're hidden by pants because he's a professional. But for now, whenever I'm in doubt, I say, if there's gonna be hell today, heaven's hardly gonna get in the way. Stand up strong if you're not wrong, someday I'll throw my fucking fucking easy you. If there's gonna be hell to pay, just charge it on layaway. What I feel is what is here, and what is fear if I've got undercover legs that are made of metal, but can also go invisible with pants, 'cause they're undercover legs. Somebody to need, find me. Somebody to need. It's gonna be someone talking, I'm gonna give them my need. Anybody in the lobby, anywhere, anywhere. Can anybody find me? Somebody to need. Perfect timing. Now stick around for the next song. There's jokes in between. You know how in speech, Beck, I said pop quiz hot shot? Yeah. Okay. Well, pop quiz hot shot. There's a bomb in a bus and it's gonna explode unless you have sex with Keanu Reeves. Who's not doing that?
We're all doing it.
I'll tell you who. My mom. She won't. It's not that she doesn't want to bang Keanu Reeves. I just think she hates strangers. I'm learning things about my family at Thanksgiving. Now you have to. Okay? You propose a few hypotheticals after hearing some bad political takes, and all of a sudden, you're the bad guy. But anyway, my grandma was the gangster of Price Club, and my mom, she's like the Tony Soprano of Lytle. This is a song that's written by me, and definitely not Notorious B.I.G. He wouldn't write about my mom. It's not in his character. Or I could play another song that I definitely wrote and wasn't written by anyone else in this room. So, who do you want to hear? Do you want to hear me, or do you want to hear Biggie Smalls? Like, who do you want to hear? You want to hear Biggie?
Sure.
Okay. Oh yeah, that is how it goes. All the ladies in the place with a brand new face who like things laced to line up.
Apologies. Blame the Apple people. How's everyone doing? Oh my God, there's so much of me.
Woo! There's so much of me.
The guitar case looks empty without any Fraggles in it.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Oh my God.
Do you want to switch the mic stands out?
I'll just use this for my tablet. Sorry, this is technical difficulties. This doesn't go on my track record for taking too much time.
Clever son of a bitch. I'm like,
You and I
Warren is
are like
also one
peas
of
in the
those
same
people
each
that's
other's
just,
sandwiches.
Immediately, I'm like,
My name is Will Wagner. I play comedy and do music. And when I'm not on stage, I'm writing. And I write too much. So I have a spinner over here, because I have an album. It's got music on it. Boo. But if you want to spin that, you can pick what I do for my set. It might be comedy, it might be music. For example, Juan Tutrigo was the first spinner, and he picked a song called Yo Gimme Suppo, which is just one nonsense word said for 3 minutes.
Oh, God.
So if you want to change that, throw me money.
Beautiful humans, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, I present to you Will Wagner.
There we go. That's guitar, I'm sure of it. And mic. Yeah, that's there too. So, I got a cable in my pocket. I'm not just happy to see you. But I am happy to see you. So, Bill Burr died. Hold on, not that Bill Burr. Calm down. Bill B-Y-R-G-E. He was a star in the Ernest movies. Everything except Ernest Goes to Camp. He was Bobby. Just me? Okay. So he was really funny, and I'm gonna do a song from Ernest Goes to Camp, the only movie he wasn't in. It's a sad song. I figured that makes sense, he's dead. Gee, I'm glad it's raining. There's always something to be thankful for. I'm awfully glad it's raining. No one sees your teardrops when it pours. No one knows the thunder is your heartbreak in disguise. They think the rainy night's what put the sad look in your eyes. Sure, I'm glad it's raining. The gentle rhythm soothes the pain inside. I'm glad the stars aren't shining. A wounded warrior needs a place to hide. I thought I had found someone I could count on till the end. What they wanted was a hero. All I needed was a friend. Gee, I'm glad it's raining. I hope the morning sun won't come up soon. As long as it keeps raining, no one knows my heart broke right in two. I thought I had found someone I could count on till the end. What they wanted was a hero. All I needed was a friend. Sure, I'm glad it's raining. I'm awfully glad it's raining. I'm gonna bring the mood down. A friend of mine died earlier today while I was practicing this music, probably. I don't know all the words. I know a lot of them. It's 7 verses. Fuck. I also learned it while I was sick, so I'm not gonna remember some of the words. Sing along if you can. Am I travel too high? Be honest with me. I'll know if you're lying. Travel too high, could it use more bass? Those aren't the lyrics. No, I had bass on the guitar. Frothy. You got a fast car. I gotta go back. I don't do it unless it's in the beginning. I don't remember all the lyrics. Can't pick the highest or the hard. You got a fast car. Now I want a ticket to anywhere. Maybe we make a deal. Maybe together we can get somewhere. Any place is better. Start from zero, got nothing to lose. Maybe we'll make something. Me, myself, I got nothing to prove. You got a fast car. Now I got a plan to get us out of here. Been working in a convenience store. Managed to save just a little bit of money. Won't have to drive too far. Cross the border and into the city. You and I can both get jobs. Finally see what it means to be living. You got a fast car. I got a car that's a little bit faster, let the bucket cease. And an engine that can go real good, your car goes far. But this song's about a fast car, and my car goes faster. So much faster than yours. Well, you got a faster car. I got a car that's also a boat. Maybe we can hit the water. We'll see who floats. Just remember when you're driving in my car, boat speeds fast, and then something about float, something about a moat. Your arm felt nice wrapped around my shoulder. I had a feeling that car could float, and I had a feeling that the car could float, the car could float, the car could float. You got a car boat. I got kind of a supercar from the Fast and Furious movies. With knots and it can go real fast, it can even go to space. Your car boat can't do that, cause it's a fast car, but it's also a furious car. Just remember when you're driving in your furious car, speed too fast, something about curious, something about family. Arm felt nice wrapped around my shoulder, and I had a feeling that family. And I had a feeling that family. You got a fast car. Well, I got a car that's full of ice cream. Maybe you could buy some. Maybe you could help me live my dream. Cause who doesn't like ice cream? Maybe you, if you haven't tried mine yet, my ice cream's better. Some about driving. Remember when you're eating my ice cream? I did a song you thought was funny, and you say, hey, I should buy more ice cream. Arm felt nice wrapped around my shoulder. I had a feeling you'll like ice cream, and I had a feeling that you'll like ice cream. If you buy my ice cream, you'll like my ice cream. You got a fast car, but it's fast enough that we can fly away. No, you're thinking of the other verse where I was talking about the Fast and Furious movies. I know you're all worried, you're like, uh-oh, I hope he does more songs about ice cream. I do. Now this is a song by a band, we'll call them the Offspring. It's called So Much Ice Cream. I'm gonna do falsetto on the high parts because it's high. Yum, 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 yum. Sorry, I do that every time I play. Made a batch for the 10th time today. Popsicle sticks are holding okay. She came over, I lost my nerve. Took her back and I made her dessert. And I know I'm being used, but that's okay because I like chocolate mousse. And she's dining with me, but that's okay, cause I got so much ice cream. Oh, eat ice cream, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, eat ice cream, yeah, yeah. Oh, eat ice cream, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, eat ice cream, yeah. Butter pecan, looking alright. Double scoop, I'm taking a bite. This confection is sure gonna go. Keep it up and I'll make pistachio. Oh, eat ice cream, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, eat ice cream, yeah, yeah. Oh, eat ice cream, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, eat ice cream, yeah. When she says, oh, that she wants some for free, then I wonder why she pays with her friends. When she says, oh, that's Will Wagon on cheese, 'cause offspring, but they sing higher than dogs can hear. Listen, my shit is great, mint chocolate chip. Try the s'mores if you like double dip. Late at night, fudge at my door. Hot again and looking to pour. I know I should say no, but it's kinda hard when she's ready for cones. I may be dumb, I'm not a queen, I'm just a vendor with so much ice cream. Oh, hey, oh, eat ice cream. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, eat ice cream. Yeah, yeah. Oh, eat ice cream. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, eat ice cream. Yeah. When she says, oh, that she wants some for free, then I wonder why she pays with her friends. When she says, oh, that's the wagon for cheese, then I also think it's better than planned. Well, I guess I should get more on the shelf, 'cause I also think it's better than cake. Before you suffer, buy some and show you really care. Right, yum, yum, yum. That's a joke, but I do have a lot of ice cream. Like, a scary amount. You'd prefer if there were bodies in my fridge as opposed to ice cream, because bodies keep better in the fridge. I'm gonna stop there. Okay, so I'm gonna need 3 people who want to play in a game show.
Yo, it's me.
Okay, I need people to be up front. 1, 2, 3. So I feel like Law and Order's gotten a bad rap recently. I'm gonna talk about the Law and Order that everyone loves, the Big Boss Man. Who doesn't love the Big Boss Man? Anyone? See? No hands. No hands. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tell you about the Big Boss Man from his wiki. Only sometimes I'm gonna lie. And that's how points are determined. I'm gonna give you a fact about the Big Boss Man. And we're gonna go contestants 1, 2, 3, and whoever gets the most points gets to pick which ice cream they get. Whoever gets the least points has to eat it in front of me. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
They both seem like winning.
So question 1. The Big Boss Man's real name is Ray Washington Traylor Jr. Yes or no?
I'm gonna say no.
Okay, that's not going to be a point. That is his name. Contestant 2. The Big Boss Man had a sidekick who was half his side called the Little Boss Man. True or false?
No, he was the tiny boss man.
The no is correct. He didn't exist. That was a lie. That's how I lie. Okay? I want to give a baseline of what lying looks like. Some of you might never have seen it. Now, we're going to start out with his journey into the WWF. I can say it. They were in a wildlife foundation at the time. They were wrestlers. Now, was the Big Boss Man a former corrections officer from Cobb County, Georgia? Contestant 3.
Yes.
That's a point, okay? 1-0-1 after round 1. So excited.
Are we keeping scores?
I got it.
Oh, okay.
That's why I made 3 contestants, not a number I couldn't remember. Round 2. Was the Big Boss Man's first theme, did you ever take a trip down to Cobb County, Georgia? Did that Hold on. Contestant 1.
You sang it with enough enthusiasm that I'm gonna go with that it's true?
Yeah.
Tough break. It's not. His first theme was a job cool, bro. A job cool, bro. With my feet going up in the air. You were close. I can understand mixing them up. Contestant number 2, round 2. Was his manager a pimp named the Doctor of Style Slick?
Absolutely true.
Okay, well, that's why you're not a contestant. I'm not going to say whether he's right or wrong.
I'm gonna have to go with true.
That is correct. Tying the game up. Okay, now, contestant number 3. Was his partner a former biker turned Akeem African Dream, formerly known as the One Man Gang? That's true. That is true. That is true. So, round 3. Contestant number 1. Were they known as the Twin Towers? as a tag team.
That would be so tasteless, so I'm really hoping it's true.
Yeah.
It was 1987. They didn't have taste then. So that is a point. That is correct. Okay? So, was the Big Boss Man's rival a former inmate named Nails who he might have abused in prison? And he was the good guy.
So random, but I'm gonna say false.
No, it was Nails, and he talked like this, like, "Boss man, I'm coming for you, boss man." And they used a voice modulator, so it was way better than that. But he claimed assault from Vince McMahon, so he was a pioneer in other ways. Round 3, question 3. Was the Big Boss Man's signature move in ring known as the Boss Man Slam? Ding, that's correct. So we're looking at a 2-2-1, 2-1-2. Oh wait. My apologies.
Thank you, Ryan.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's why Ryan's scorekeeper, not me. I said it at the beginning. Everyone heard me.
Thank you,
So,
Ryan.
round 4. Was the Big Boss Man's other signature move in ring when his buttons would come undone during a match and he'd expose his belly button?
That sounds like the kind of homoerotic early 90s, late 80s wrestling stuff that they would do, so I'm going to say yes.
It was, but it was unintentional. He just didn't have buttons that functioned. It wasn't part of the gimmick. It was an inadvertent consequence of being a great athlete.
Wardrobe malfunction.
Yeah, the first. Now, it's going to get more Boss Man, I promise.
More boss.
Okay?
More boss man.
So, Big Boss Man, did he feud with the Canadian Mountie?
Oh, I love Canada.
He did. He did. Okay, that's a point.
Okay.
So, the final. Did the feud end when the Big Boss Man left him in prison to be attacked by an inmate? No, it did. That was the end of their feud. That's how they were like, the bad guy's gonna get what's coming to him. Assaulted. So, wrestling was different in the early 90s. Well, not different. It was the same, but it was in front of us. Okay, so we're gonna move on from that. Now, when the Big Boss Man came back, did he fight The Undertaker at WrestleMania? And get hung from a cage?
Wait, I almost think I remember seeing this as a toddler. I'm pretty sure he did.
That is correct. He got hung in front of everybody at WrestleMania. They're like, we gotta save the hanging for our big event. WrestleMania in the 90s. Catch the feeling. Now, follow-up. Did he feud in a cage in the future versus a guy in what he called a Kennel from Hell match, where dogs surround him?
They're all true. False.
It's true. Your instincts were correct. Now, contestant 3.
You're just telling a story.
Did he eat that man's dog?
I want to say no, but I feel like it's yes.
It is yes. He did eat it, and then. Oh no! I'm sorry. That's incorrect. I'm sorry. No, he fed it to him. He fed his own dog to him. I had it backwards. I'm sorry. You don't get a point.
I was reading your mind wrong.
I was thinking it wrong. That makes sense.
You're an asshole.
I'm sorry.
Partly psychic. You suck.
Well, I think you're in the lead, so you're really psychic.
They're all tied.
Everyone's tied because I'm a great game show host. Yeah, well, speaking of sexual, was Big Boss Man known as the Hardcore Champion more than 6 times?
That almost sounds too tame. I'm going to go with no.
He wasn't a 6-time Hardcore Champion. He was only a 4-time Hardcore Champion. Great pickup.
Great pickup.
That's a point. That's going to put you in the league.
Well done, Dorothy.
Okay.
In the game.
Hardcore.
So now,
Who gave this guy one?
okay. Hold on. Did I run out of questions about the Big Boss Man?
Yes, you did.
Okay, that's a good guess. That's going to be another point. Okay, now, did I ever sell the Big Boss Man ice cream?
Yes.
I didn't. Okay,
Like 0.
we're down to 2.
That's terrible. You're such a sweet boy. You should have.
I know, he should have bought it from me, but he died like a quitter. About ice cream, not about life. Not about life. He should have cared about the ice cream. Final questions. Contestant 1. I'm going to name gimmicks of the Big Boss Man, and you tell me whether or not, yes or no, speed round until we have a winner. Was he known as Big Bubba?
Bubba was originally one of his names?
That's correct. Was he known as the Boss?
Yes.
Was he known as the Guardian Angel?
I don't think so.
He was known as Guardian Angel. We have a winner. Contestant 2, excellent. Knowledge of the Big Boss Man. As is tradition on all Big Boss Man game shows, you will be played out with the second WWF's theme. Ooh, did you ever take a trip down to Cobb County, Georgia? Cobb County, Georgia. You'll be eating some ice cream. You'll be eating ice cream. Because the ice cream man is doing game shows, you better watch out. You'll be eating ice cream. Okay, the 3 flavors are cookies and cream and bourbon. I like that one. It's got dairy in it. The mango ice, and the third is Patrice's Punch. It's a strawberry fruit punch ice. So I figure you're a winner. You're gonna get an ice either way. So you get to pick your favorite. Which one are you going with? Oh, that was the wrong one. You lose. No. That's just, I'm just overstimulated from all the game show stuff. I'm sorry. You do get that one. And tomorrow I'll be hosting trivia at Napper Tandy's in Northport. Look into camera. Oh. I'm learning promos one step at a time. And on that note, I gotta grab ice cream out of the fridge. I almost lost you there.
That was Will Wagner and his fucking game show.
I never know what Will's gonna do, but I really didn't expect a game show.
That was amazing.
We'll see you next time.
So thank you for the last 2 years of whatever you
Whatever
do.
this is.
Whatever this is, and whatever this shall be.
Oh, goody.
Oh, goody. Also, Bill really has to pee.
No, that was part of the set. Well, there goes the big finish.
What do you need?
I just need to set this up so I can see it with my eyes.
You're a professional, so I'm gonna
Specialize.
Yeah, my reputation precedes me. How do we follow up 2 very personal experiences? Chuckles. Chuckles. I have really good news.
Okay.
This is the best set I've ever done. That's how I titled it. That's how I know it's the best. Most sets pretty good, you know? But this one is the best set I've ever done. I foreshadowed it a long time ago. So I need 4 people to compete in my game show at the end, but you might not know what the theme is. It goes, I mean, you can't know from just one theme, you know. I gotta play more than one thing. Luckily I got the skateboard. How's the guitar coming there? I just want to make sure I'm doing the right thing because I have my volume up as high as it can go. Straight to
That's what I want.
burning, I sit around.
Oh, I know this.
Trying to smile, but the air is so heavy and dry. You know what? My throat's hurt. Luckily, I have Mountain Dew here. Still available for sponsorship. Mountain Dew. Think of me when you think of Mountain Dew paying me. Drink. Look into the camera. Lemon lime. Okay, nailed it. Okay, maybe the theme's not too obvious. Okay. So, I gotta still warm up. Try to be best, 'cause you're only a man, and a man's gotta learn to take it. Try to believe, though the going gets rough, that you gotta hang tough to make it. History repeats itself. Try and you'll succeed. Never doubt that you're the one, and you can have your dream. Yeah, we know. Everyone figured out the theme, right?
Yeah.
6 months ago, I asked you to do one thing. I asked you to watch one series of movies and spin off, and you didn't do it. Like, I want you to know, I learned Hard to Say I'm Sorry by Chicago because I didn't remember that You're the Inspiration was the song used in The Karate Kid because all Chicago songs sound the same. okay? I didn't ask you to do much. This is all from the first movie. It's not like I pulled stuff from the second movie. Tonight it's very clear as we're both lying here. There's so many things I want to say. I will always love you, production babes. I would never leave you alone. No, and no boundaries. I understand that entirely. Don't take this. I didn't write this. Peter Cetera read it. Sometimes I just forget I'm performing. Say things I might regret performing. It breaks my heart to see you crying while I'm performing. I don't want to lose you as fans. I could never make it alone. No, I'd be fine. I'd probably watch the Karate Kid a few more times. I am a man who will teach you karate. I'll be the hero while you clean my lawn. We'll live forever, knowing together that we did it all for the glory of lawns and karate. I'm kind of mad. I didn't want to give away the theme, right?
Oh my god.
What's it? Oh, shit.
Okay, but now I'm mad. So now I'm doing the rest of this set with my pants down. Okay? You're catching me as I am. So now the rest of this is a game show I call Headband or Ice Cream. Okay, I'm not doing an impression. It's going to be one of four things. It's going to be Sato from The Karate Kid Part 2. That's how I know if you watch more than just the first movie. Okay? It's going to be Humpty Hump from Digital Underground. Now you're going, he's definitely getting canceled for this. No, I'm not famous enough to get canceled. It's going to be Judge Judy, or it's going to be the devil. Okay? I'm going right down the line here. You're first, so keep it up. Okay? Ready? I got to warm up. Guru Lai. Uyona Kono Ramachiwa. That's just how I warm up. I learned everything from Karate Kid Part 1. That's obviously not Sato. He was in Karate Kid Part 2. Okay? Oh, sorry. Okay, impression 1. Just a freestyle. Meanwhile, we'll keep the beat kicking. The sweat dripping. Girlies in the limo eating chicken. Oops, don't get no grease on the pantyhose. I love you over, move over. I gotta blow my nose, sneezing, but still I'm pleasing to all my slammies, plot my jammy. Time to get busy with a Jenny. If it's good and plenty, don't you know? There I go, there I go, there I go. Now, do you think that was Sato from The Karate Kid Part 2? Do you think that was Humpty Hump from Digital Underground? Do you think that that was Judge Judy? Or do you think that was the devil? No. One at a time. Contestant 1. Oh, you're front row? You're front row? You're in my game now. Yeah, okay. I'm going to need a guess.
Digital Underground.
No, I'm sorry, that was Sato from The Karate Kid Part 2, which you would have known if you watched the movie!
I didn't, I'm sorry!
I thought Sean was singing along, so he watched the movie.
A true fan. And, okay, contestant 2. You know what? I scared everyone when I warmed up in Japanese, but I went to school for music. I could do German. No, still uncomfortable, right?
Be angrier.
Okay, impression 2. Remember, Sato from Karate Kid Part 2. Humpty Hump from Digital Underground, Judge Judy, or the devil. I'll do that impression again.
Come on.
I'm gonna say Sato from Karate Kid Part 2.
No, that was Humpty Hump from Digital Underground when he skips the records. Well, I couldn't do the weird. I do the impressions I can, you know? So good news, you're both winning headbands. Contestant 3. Now remember, I'm not gonna warm up. It scares the audience too much. Sato from Karate Kid Part 2. Humpty Hump from Digital Underground. Judge Judy or the devil. Miyagi, you have no honor. Now, do you think that was Sato from Karate Kid Part 2? Humpty Hump from Digital Underground. Judge Judith Shineland or the devil?
I say Sato.
No, that was Judge Judy. Yeah. I said honor. I thought that was a giveaway, but and the Miyagi thing. She's been a daytime judge for 30 years. She's seen a lot of cases. You know who's seen those cases? Me. You know what that's like? The Karate Kid movies, which you also haven't seen. Anyway, you're gonna do what I love. Final guess, okay? I've done 3 impressions. I'm incredible at them. I got 1 left. Is this Sato from the Karate Kid Part 2? Is it Humpty Hump from Digital Underground, Judge Judy, or the devil? I'm going to kill you all with karate.
I think that's Humpty Hump.
No, that was Judge Judy again. I didn't growl. I mean, you know.
Wait, so I got a headbands? I do! Ooh, I like these colors!
Okay, but I'm gonna pull my pants off like a big boy and go home. I appreciate your time, and maybe next time I give you movies to watch. You watch them within 6 months. Oh, and two more things. I'd say Anna O'Rourke is what the sun listens to when it needs to get up in the morning. And also, I found it better to get through some situations by pretending to be stoned, but the problem is I'm a method actor.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
So I'm gonna go now.
I am going to introduce to the stage our very, very favorite Will Wagner. We have many Will Wagners. This Will Wagner is our favorite Will Wagner. I don't know what he's going to do. Let's find out.
I'm playing guitar, I'm sitting. You know, I really like the idea of free writing. For one, it means I don't have to prep anything before I get here, which is what I'm into. You'll find out. And I wrote this song at 3 p.m. I haven't played it yet, so I'm excited for everyone to hear it, even me. But before that, in order to show you that I can learn from things, I have a gig on Saturday. It's for Dominique Machka. She is doing a fundraiser where she's showing Empire Records and Spice World back to back. I'll be doing comedy and ice cream. I'll be reenacting the whole movie. Incredible, right? Both of them at the same time together. It's going to be a real important show. I hope you make it. I don't know if you know this, but I've recently ranked #1 funniest person in America by myself. It's a select voting committee, and I have irrational confidence. Like Jamal Crawford on the Knicks, I will just throw him up from half court. Like, who has an idea that they don't think is funny, that they want me to try to make funny? And I want you to be challenging. Go ahead. Just throw up your hand. 1, 2, 3, shout it out. If it's longer than a sentence, I'm not going to remember it. Look at me. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Genetic mental illness.
Genetic mental illness. Okay. So I'm going to start out with a joke. That might be too easy for me. You want to throw in a second suggestion to make it harder? Did I hear dildo? An elong dildo. Okay. So get out, get the thesaurus. This is going to be a fun time. Good jokes. And can I get a third one? Snails. Okay. Elong, dildo, snails, and was it chemical mental illness or physics and biological? Genetic. Oh my gosh, I'm not good at the sciences. Okay. Well, while I figure out how to make a joke, just in general, I'll tell you, at 3 p.m. today, I wrote this song. I write really good choruses, and then verses happen. And I decided that I was just going to take old jokes that were known by everyone and do them for the verses. Ooh, I sound old, struggling. I've never had this many people wait for me to talk about a dildo. I'm excited. Normally they're waiting for me to stop. We're gonna wind up wearing masks again. No one trusts the government. When we're all dead, they're gonna blame our friends who will wind up wearing masks again. I hope they use their heads, 'cause it's already tough enough for us to make new friends. What do rich people say when they tickle babies? Gucci, Gucci, coo. What do you call a fake dad? A faux pas? Why don't pirates take a shower before they walk the plank? They just wash up on the shore. Who was around this kingdom in King Arthur's court circumference? Why did the man bring his watch to the bank? He wanted to save time! Why couldn't the lifeguard rescue the hippie? Because he was too far out, man. Why should you knock on the refrigerator door before opening it? There might be salad dressing in there. Why did the employee go to work on stilts? 'Cause he wanted a raise. We're gonna wind up wearing masks again. No one trusts the government. When we're all dead, they're gonna blame our friends, who will wind up wearing masks again. And I hope they use their heads. It's already tough enough for us to make new friends. This is slightly darker. Why do historians call the Middle Ages the Dark Ages? There were a lot of nights. What did one toilet say to the other? You appear a bit flushed. I'll give you time to digest that one, that's tough. On what grounds did the police arrest the devil? They got him on possession. And what do you give to a man who has everything? Penicillin. Did you hear about the guy who had the left side of his body amputated? He's all right now. Why do cemeteries have fences around them? Because everyone's dying to get it. What do you call a girl with no eyes, girl? I wondered why the baseball kept on getting bigger than it hit me. We're gonna wind up wearing masks again. No one trusts the government. When we're all dead, they're gonna blame our friends, who will wind up wearing masks again. And I hope they use their heads, 'cause it's already tough enough for us to make new friends. Okay, lighter stuff, I can tell I'm losing the crowd. How many telemarketers does it take to change a light bulb? Only one, but you have to do it while you're eating dinner. Okay? How many therapists does it take to change a light bulb? Only one, but the light bulb's gotta wanna change. How many gorillas does it take to change a light bulb? Just one, but it takes a whole lot of light bulbs. Okay, well, how about this? How many optometrists does it take to change a light bulb? Is it one or two? One or two? One or two? What's the difference between a hippo and a sippo? One weighs a ton, and the other is a little lighter. How do you light up a sports stadium with a soccer match? Did you hear about the fire at the shoe factory? Unfortunately, many souls were lost. And you know what they say about cremation. It's your final hope for a smoking hot body. We're gonna wind up wearing masks again, 'cause no one trusts the government. When we're all dead, they're gonna blame our friends, who will wind up wearing masks again. And I hope they use their heads, 'cause it's already tough enough for us to make new friends. Okay, I'll go off the animal stuff. Why do comedians like telling jokes to ducks? They always crack up. What kind of felines can bowl? Alley cats. Nailed it. Why aren't lobsters generous? Because they're shellfish. What did one fish in a tank say to the other fish in a tank? Do you know how to drive this thing? How do you hire a horse? Stand it on a ladder. Where do penguins go to vote? The North Pole. Where do birds stay when they travel? Someplace cheap. Did you hear about the worst zoo in the world? It only has one dog. It's a real Shih Tzu.
We're gonna wind up wearing masks again. No one trusts the government. When we're all dead, they're gonna blame our friends, who will wind up wearing masks again. And I hope they use their heads, cause it's already tough enough for us to make new friends. Were you expecting a fifth verse? Because if you scan that, you're getting it. Is there anything worse than when it's raining cats and dogs? Yes, hailing taxis. And what did the fish say when it ran into the wall in the river? Damn! Why do dogs float in water? Because they're good boys. And where do sheep love to vacation? The Bahamas. Almost lost you on that one. Why do giraffes have long necks? Because they have stinky feet. Why did the pony ask for a glass of water? Because it was a little horse. How do you fire a horse on a Friday? Why did Mozart kill all of his chickens? Because they loved Bach. I love the booze. We're gonna wind up wearing masks again. Cause no one trusts the government. When we're all dead, they're gonna blame our friends, who will wind up wearing masks again. And I hope they use their heads, cause it's already tough enough for us to make new friends. Oh, a sixth verse? I mean, I guess. What did one plate say to the other? Lunch is on me! The most corrupt CEOs are the ones who run pretzel companies. They're also twisted. How did the piano get locked out of his car? It lost its keys. What do you call a nose without a body? Nobody knows. How do you make an egg roll? You push it. What do you call two doctors? Paramedics. What did 0 say to 8? Nice belt. Today at the bank, I helped a lady check her balance. She fell over. We're gonna wind up wearing masks again. No one trusts the government. When we're all dead, they're gonna blame our friends, who will wind up wearing masks again. I hope they use their heads, cause it's already tough enough for us to make new friends. The seventh verse? Even darker, I guess. I told my date I work with animals, and she thought it was sweet. Problem is, I'm a butcher. Co-worker asked for a Valentine's Day gift. I said, Plan B. He said it's for his mom. I said, well then you're gonna need a time machine. Even people who are good for nothing have the capacity to bring a smile to your face, like when you push them and they fall downstairs. While digging in the garden, I found a chest full of gold coins. I wanted to tell my significant other about it, but then she'd ask what the hole was for. Found a talking tree that said, don't cut me down, I'm a talking tree. My response, you may be a talking tree, but you will die a log. My grandma has a heart of a lion and a lifetime ban from the zoo. Why is it that if you donate a kidney, people love you, but if you donate 5, they call the police? We're gonna wind up needing masks again. No one trusts the government. When we're all dead, they're gonna blame our friends, who will wind up wearing masks again. I hope they use their heads, cause it's already tough enough for us to make new friends. Now I just wrote down screaming for this verse, I'm sorry. It goes, ah! Oh my God, we're in trouble! Oh, what are we doing? We're so in trouble! Uh-oh, someone better call a doctor! Oh no, they don't trust doctors! Ah!
They don't trust doctors.
Oh, sorry. Wrong
one verse. I can do it again from the beginning, but we're running out of time. Better cut to the chorus. We're gonna be wearing masks again. No one trusts the government. When we're all dead, they're gonna blame our friends who will walk up wearing masks again. I hope they use their heads, 'cause it's already tough enough for us to make new friends. And it appears I'm out of time. I can't do that joke. I had a good joke, but I'm out of time. So bring your suggestions next time, and maybe I'll remember what the suggestions were. Thank you very much. April is a month and a half from now, so that means Saturday is March. Yes, Saturday is when you should go to that charity show where I'll be doing comedy. It won't be any of these jokes. I didn't write these jokes. I took these jokes. Okay, these aren't my jokes. I didn't invent these. The chorus, all me. I don't want to get sued by Facebook. Not this time, Zuck. Oh, I'm sorry. Listen, there's a magazine called The Scene. It's a zine, and there's a poem from Brianna called Lilacs and Lilies. You're going to want to read that. And there's also a poem from Melissa Marie called I Am Everywhere. You're going to want to read that. So if you like this magazine and see me, I might give it to you. So play your cards right, you could be getting a magazine in no time. Featuring the production page. Thank you very much. I'll try to be taller next time.
So, how we doing? We're doing well? Alright, we're coming towards the end. We have Spice World, who's ready to spice up your motherfucking lives. Listen, I'm spicy. I'm spicy. But I'm going to give you the next act. His name is Will Wagner, folks. And let me just tell you, I have been reading over his bio, and it's like the Encyclopedia Britannica. He does it all. He's got munchies downstairs that you can taste. It's Will Wagner munchies. The man does improv, and he does music. I don't know what the fuck he's going to do for you right now, but I'm sure it's good. So give it up for Will Wagner! Hi, my name's Will. You might have had me in your mouth. Either way, I'm sorry. Woo! And thank you. Hey, Matt. Yes, girl. Have you ever been a mic stand?
You need assistance because I have somebody that's willing.
Teamwork makes the dream work, Matt.
Give it up one more time for a dual tone.
I write comedy sets the same exact way every single time. I write something about 3 weeks ago, and then the day of, I decide to do something different. Every time. And it always goes well, so you're in luck. Now, normally that case is full of Fraggles, but for tonight's purposes, I figure I'll do music. Can we hear it for the dual tones and their incredible mic skills on and off performances? Okay.
Hottest mic stand ever.
This is my favorite mic stand, and I've had my best friend Derek be a mic stand, but he tried to upstage me. Oh, no. No, you wouldn't do that. You're not like Derek. Not anymore. This is all part of the set.
We're actually married. No kidding.
Long time. And that's why 3 weeks ago, when I was writing the set, I was like, hey, doll, you won't believe what I just came up with. And she's like, yes, sugar? And I'm like, why are you talking like that? But I wrote it about how you could change the titles of Spice World and Empire Records. You could switch them, and it's pretty much the same movie. It's called British Empire Records. They only go between the US and UK. They don't get the whole world. I don't remember the Spice Girls taking over Antarctica. It gets a little bit tougher for Empire Records because it can't take place in a record store if it's called Spice World, obviously. It's got to take place in an ice cream shop. And I would know. I make ice cream. You've had it in your mouth. And so you just have it there, and they're being bought out by a company called Spice World. And then it makes sense when they sing Sugar High at the end, you know? Also, it doesn't really matter that it happens in a record store. You go and say, oh, they had wonderful music. They put music in movies that aren't at record stores. They do. It's on soundtracks. It's about the interpersonal dynamics. So at 2:30 this morning, I decided I'm going to change the setup. And I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. You tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. I wanna really, really, really wanna sell you ice cream. If you want my ice cream, forget my past. If you wanna get it from me, better make it fast. It melts. Now don't go wasting my precious spoons. Get your act together, and we'll both be fine. I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I wanna really, really, really wanna find a rhyme for spoons. If you wanna eat my ice cream, you gotta get with my flavors. Make it last forever. Friendship never wavers. If you wanna be my ice cream, you have got to give me money. Taking is too easy, but that's how money works. Now what do you think about that? Now you know how I feel. So you can handle my ice cream? Are you for real? Now, I won't be hasty. I'll get a brain freeze. But if you really bug me, I'll let you get brain freeze. I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I wanna really, really, really wanna sell you ice cream. If you wanna eat my ice cream, gotta get with my flavors. Make it last forever. Friendship never wavers. If you wanna eat my ice cream, you have got to give me money. Taking is too easy. That's how money works. So here's the story from A to Z. You want to get with me? Try the Cherries Jubilee. We got M&M's in a place. I like them in my face. G-Lock MC. Who likes it on easy? V doesn't come for free. She's a real lady. But I didn't write those lyrics. Those are not for me. You slam my ice cream down, I'll throw you on the ground. Slam my ice cream down, I'll throw you on the ground. Slam my ice cream down, I'll throw you on the ground. If you want to eat my ice cream, gotta get with my flavors, make it last forever. Friendship never wavers. If you wanna eat my ice cream, you have got to give me money. Taking is too easy, but that's how money works. If you wanna eat my ice cream, you gotta spend. Throw my ice cream down, I'll throw you on the ground. Throw my ice cream down, I'll throw you on the ground. Throw my ice cream down, I'll throw you on the ground. Throw my ice cream down, I'll throw you on the ground. If you wanna eat my ice cream, ice cream, ice cream. Nailed it. Oh, I bet you saw that and said, God, you ice cream better. I do, that's accurate. I do trivia this Wednesday at Faraday's in Smithtown at 7 p.m. If you come in there and you say, hey, I want ice cream, you can't have it in there. They sell food, I'll get arrested. You have to eat in the parking lot like the rest of them. I'm off track again. I appreciate everyone's attention and patience. I know it's a long night, but it's about to get longer because we got a whole other movie, a whole lot more ice cream that I don't want to carry home. Just throwing that out there. I don't have a great back. I have a bad knee. This is all your fault if you don't want my ice cream. You say, I want a half gallon of whatever you want, and I make it. I bring it to you. And I'd like to thank Matt.
So this is my friend Christy.
Matt really brought this whole performance together. And without Matt and Dominique, I would be standing in the theater by myself being asked to leave. Thank you very much. And I hope you have a great night. Next time I'll try to be taller. You know what? Give it up for fucking Will Wagner. I told you I have no idea what the fuck he's gonna do. I didn't know if he was gonna hand spit ice cream. I didn't know if he was gonna try to do burlesque. I didn't really know what the... It's like a lemon. Sorry. I have icebox syndrome. That's the ice cream version of Stockholm syndrome. That's why when they make production based the video game, I get a 99 Android.
How's everybody doing? I'm gonna open up with a song that I think most of you know. Who here knows who Alanis Morissette and Fiona Apple are? They were told to smile more, and they responded by writing songs about how people can tell them to smile more and get spit in their face, and then they write a song about spitting in people's face. I respect that kind of gumption, and I always thought that no one asked Eddie Vedder or Chris Cornell to smile more. Kurt Cobain, you'd be a lot prettier if you'd smile. Maybe he would have gotten sponsored by like Superman the movie if he did. And it just so happened that one of Soundgarden's songs is absolutely perfect if Chris Cornell just would smile more. Holy shit, this is going to be difficult. No matter how hard I try, nothing goes in my eyes. Nothing can bring me down for your pain or delight. Oh, pain seems to break me, Superman. No matter how hard I fall, nothing can break me at all. Not one for giving up, no, not invincible. Kryptonite. I'm giving everything I need, giving everything I want, giving everything to at least be lost alone. Giving everything I got, go to hell and go, burn down and then love the outside, love the outside, love the outside world. With your laser vision, someone tried to tell me something. Gotta smile, don't let the world bring you down. Nothing can do me in before I do myself. Save it for your own. Don't remember how his life ended. No, no, no. I'm giving everything I need, giving everything I want, giving everything to at least be lost alone. Giving everything I got, go to hell and go, burn down and then love the outside, love the outside, love the outside world. Okay, I have your dance number, but I'm sitting. Someone blog my name, I'll blog the outside world. Wanna make it understood. Want it though I never would. Trying though I know it's wrong. Blowing up to hell and gone. Wishing though I never could. Love the outside, love the outside, love the outside I wrote a song in 2012, and it just so happens that the song only became more true over time. I only played it maybe once or twice. You paid good enough money to hear two songs, and it's a sing-along. You just gotta sing 1 and 2. It's very simple. It just goes 1 and 2 and 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 1 and 1 and 2 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 and 1 and 1 and 2 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 and 1 and 1. Okay, I got the lyrics. Playing games within the space of fools, never saying a word while we give it a face. They watch the nameless fall back into place, or they look at the ground, staring patiently through a blurry lens, with toes for feet for these steps they fell in. false narrative played and through, hidden truth, an exclamation, the increased tension, call for aggression morally so strong, reality withdrawn as investigations disrupt nature. Are they supernatural or am I rational? To think that maybe they're a negative agent. I don't know, but what does it mean that I know that we need to know? Breaking the system, looking from late night trains, these bad-foot politicians, staring through iron lanes, they'll escape what we can't be there. One collapsing world to another. The Chicago Cubs are going to win the World Series, which is impressive because I wrote this in 2012. I'm writing because I'm currently writing this because it's 2012. In 2018, we clone a monkey, but in 2040, the ice cream becomes sentient. Oh, I bet you didn't expect future predictions in this song played in March of 2025. Just throwing the date out there. In 2020, I'll start making ice cream. And Africa will be declared free of wild polio. Only these things happened in 2020 that are noteworthy. In 2021, I invent Lucky Charms ice cream, which let's say will still be on sale on March 3rd, 2025, if I just pick a random date. In 2024, Thailand will also legalize same-sex marriage. So way to go, Thailand! But in 2026, the AI becomes self-aware. Then in 2030, they begin creating their own weapons. Uh-oh, in 2034, the humans are losing the war until we realize that the only thing that can stop the machines is my ice cream. But in 2050, my ice cream colonizes the moon after humans make the planet uninhabitable. Oh, thank God it's only 2012. And I'm like a deity of these lazy bastards. They keep me as a pet, but you're all unless we're friends and you buy ice cream, so you need to work on that. All for one another, when we're all the other ones. We're all for one another, when we're all the other ones. We're all for one another, when we're all the other ones. We're all for one another, when we're all the other ones. That's the end of the set. I gotta get better eyes. Oh, wait, hold on. I forgot. I'm not getting promos. I'm hosting trivia this Wednesday at Faraday's at 7 p.m. in Smithtown. I think you should go there. I have a scannable QR code. If you thought any of that was funny, you can watch all of my stuff on Twitch or just leave it on forever, maybe. I don't know, maybe viewers.
The good news is if you didn't necessarily think that one was funny, Bill has 18,000 pieces of content, and I guarantee you. How's everyone doing tonight? Are we drinking the green beer? Are we having a nice time? Are we tipping our bartender? Over. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Will Wagner to do whatever Will Wagner do.
And I'm going to turn over in more of the traditional sense like they do in basketball where you drop the ball and wonder what happens. Oh, my battery pack's falling out in real life and the guitar. Art imitating life, motherfuckers. I don't know if you know this about me, but I'm terrible at flirting. Oh, you do. You can tell. Every musician is terrible at flirting. Every one of them. If they're on stage and performing music, that's when they're at their most appealing. The least appealing is when they get off stage and say the weirdest shit you'll hear all night. Unfortunately, I didn't know that when I started playing Peter Frampton's Baby I Love Your Way at my church chapel, and some girl tried to have sex with me in that church chapel. It wasn't due to charisma. Okay, I promise. It was because the song's too powerful. It was like fishing with dynamite, my friend Derek said. And I think a lot of people could use the ABCs of flirting. If you're in a situation and you play this song as is, you will have sex more often than not. Oh, this is Irish, Dal Green. I'm so in love with you. Whatever you wanna do Now, what if you don't want to spend your life with that person? You're stuck. You've sung that song, now you're married. So let's say instead of spending a life, you want to spend, let's say, 1 to 2 movies. It depends on the movie, okay? I'm not going to be in love with you for the whole Godfather. Talking away, well, I don't know what I'm to say, I'll say it anyway. Today's another day to find you shying away. I'll be coming for your love, okay, oh, take on me. Take me home. I'll be gone in an hour or 2. Now, easy, right? You already have. So, I know everyone's worried. You're like, well, what if you're playing these sexy songs and people don't know to leave you alone? I call it being a female musician. So, you're gonna wanna play a sexy song, right? But then people get the wrong idea. You make eye contact at the wrong time and now they're following you to your car. You don't need that in your life. You play, boy, I've been watching you like a hawk in the sky that flies. If you were my prey. And I promise you, if we keep bumping heads, you know that one of these days we gon' hook it up. Probably talk on phone, but see, I don't know if that's good. I've been holding back this secret from you. Probably shouldn't tell you, but if I let you know, this song's about R. Kelly. I'm talking R. Kelly. See, that's how you get out of it. If the song's too sexy and you fear that they might be attracted, you just bring up R. Kelly. That'll ruin it. Now, some of you might be like, oh, but Will, what if I do singy stuff for country and you just play a little Chris Stapleton? That's C, ABC. I know it ain't all that late, but you should probably leave. And it's also...
And without further ado, let's give it up for Will Wagner.
Hello, my name is Will. I did 2 years in Binghamton for music. And while I was up there was an acapella group called the Binghamton Crosbys. And they played a song called Chicago. A few months ago, I did a set about the Karate Kid. And I learned one of the Chicago songs, but it was the wrong one from the Karate Kid because all the Chicago songs sound the same. So I'm going to play my favorite Chicago song. It's not by the band, but it's a sing-along. Chorus is always the same. It goes, I used to work in Chicago in a department store. I thought I did a pretty good job, but I could never go back anymore. And the verse is also sing-along, but you're only going to repeat the third line. You're going to yell it back at me. It's going to be like, a man and his wife came in for a lollipop. What kind of lollipop said I? The sucker, she said, and sucker I did, and I could never go back anymore. I grew up in Chicago in a department store. I thought I did a pretty good job, but I could never go back anymore. A man and his wife came in for a hose. What kind of hose said I? Well, rubber, she said, and rubber I did, and I could never go back anymore. I used to work in Chicago in a department store. I thought I did a pretty good job, but I could never go back anymore. A man and his wife came in for a beverage. What kind of beverage said I? Well, liquor, she said, and liquor I did, and I could never go back anymore. I used to work in Chicago in a department store. I thought I did a pretty good job, but I could never go back anymore. A man and his wife came in for some playing cards. What kind of playing cards said I? Well, poker, she said, and poker I did, and I could never go back anymore. I thought I did a pretty good job, but I can never go back anymore. A man and his wife came in for a Ford. What kind of Ford, said I? Well, Explorer, she said, and Explorer I did, and I could never go back anymore. I used to work in Chicago in an department store. I thought I did a pretty good job, but I can never go back anymore. A man and his wife came in for a decal. What kind of decal, said I? Well, sticker, she said, and sticker I did, and I could never go back anymore. I used to work in Chicago in a department store. I thought I did a pretty good job, but I could never go back anymore. A man and his wife came in for a cartoon space robot. What kind of cartoon space robot, said I? Well, Bender, she said, and Bender I did! And I could never go back anymore. I used to work in Chicago in a department store. I thought I did a pretty good job, but I can never go back anymore. A man and his wife came in for some cake. What kind of cake, said I? Well, Larry said, and Larry I did! And I could never go back anymore. I used to work in Chicago in a department store. I thought I did a pretty good job, but I can never go back anymore. A man and his wife came in for a bandage. What kind of bandage, said I? Well, finger, she said, and finger I did, and I can never go back anymore. I used to work in Chicago in a department store. I thought I did a pretty good job, but I can never go back anymore. A man and his wife came in for some rockabilly. What kind of rockabilly, said I? Well, Big Bopper, she said, and Big Bopper I did, and I can never go back anymore. I used to work in Chicago in a department store. I thought I did a pretty good job, but I can never go back anymore. A man and his wife came in for some hot stuff. What kind of hot stuff, said I? Well, Slammer, she said, and Slammer I did, and I can never go back anymore. I used to work in Chicago in a department store. I thought I did a pretty good job, but I can never go back anymore. A man and his wife came in for some bread. What kind of bread, said I? Well, pumpernickel, she said. Pumpernickel I did, and I can never go back anymore. I used to work in Chicago in a department store. I thought I did a pretty good job, but I could never go back anymore. A man and his wife came in with a goose. What kind of goose, said I? Well, gander, she said. Gander I did, and I could never talk to her about geese. I used to work in Chicago in a department store. I thought I did a pretty good job, but I can never go back anymore. A man and his wife came in from Mike's friend from Growing Pains. What kind of Mike's friend from Growing Pains, said I? Well, over, she said. I can never go back anymore. I used to work in Chicago in a department store. I thought I did a pretty good job, but I can never go back anymore. A man and his wife came in for the song with a little help from my friends. I said, what song with a little help from my friends? I said, well, Joe Cocker, she said, Joe Cocker I did, and I could never go back anymore. I used to work in Chicago in a department store. I thought I did a pretty good job, but I could never go back anymore. A man and his wife came in for a greeting card. what kind of greeting card, said I. Well, father, she said, father, I did. I can never go back, that's my kid. I still work in Chicago, in a department store. Thought I did a pretty good job, but I can never go back anymore. A man and his wife came in for a manhole cover. What kind of manhole cover, said I? Well, sewer, she said, and sewer I did, and now I know I'm not gonna see that kid. I still work in Chicago, in a department store. I thought I did a pretty good job, but I can never go back anymore. A man and his wife came in for a fulcrum. What kind of fulcrum, said I? Well, leave her, she said, but I already did, and now I'll never go back there again. I used to work in Chicago, in a department store. Thought I did a pretty good job, but I could never go back anymore. A man and his wife came in for the using of stimulated emission of radiation by excited atoms to amplify or generate coherent monochromatic electromagnetic radiation in the microwave range. What kind of device using the stimulated emission of radiation by excited atoms to amplify or generate coherent monochromatic electromagnetic radiation in the microwave range, said I. Well, Mesa, she said, and Mesa I did, and I can never go back anymore. I still work in Chicago, in a department store. Thought I did a pretty good job, but I can never go back anymore. A man and his wife came in for third eye blind. I said, what kind of third eye blind, said I. Well, jumper, she said, and I can never go back anymore. I used to work in Chicago, in a department store. I thought I did a pretty good job, but I can never go back anymore. A man and his wife came asking for car theft. What kind of car theft, said I. Carjacker, she said, and carjacker I did, and I can never go back anymore. I used to work in Chicago, in a department store. I thought I did a pretty good job, but I can never go back anymore. And then the wife came for a necklace. What kind of necklace, said I. Choker, she said. And I can never go back in. A man and his wife came in for some shorts. What kind of shorts, said I. Boxer, she said, and boxer I did, and I can never go back in.
There are a lot of words that end in her.
Doing roof repairs. What kind of roof repairs, said I. Well, gutter, she said, and gutter I did. Now they probably a warrant for me. A man and his wife came in for some death metal. What kind of death metal, said I. Slayer, she said, and Slayer I did, and now she's definitely the warrant for my arrest. A man and his wife came in with some weed products. No, not that weed products. Whacker, she said, whacker I did, and I can never go back yet. A man and his wife came in for some meat. What kind of meat, said I. Dead bodies, she said. So dead bodies I did, and I could never think about that again. But a man and his wife came in for a sword. What kind of sword, said I. Rapier, she said. And that's the end of my set.
How's everyone doing? As you can see, Will is gathering chairs. That's it. There's your intro. It's Will Wagner time, guys.
That's me.
Tonight's sketch is presented by John. He was going to be here to do a sketch with me. He didn't get here, so now you all have to suffer. Just so everyone knows, I am not really Ponytail Joe. That's the character I'll be playing. I just have a great prop department. The part of Dr. Kicks played by Matt will be played by Anthony. Double role, exception.
Playing Matt, playing
The part, exactly. The part of Miranda will be played by Tanya. You might have heard her poetry just before.
Yeah.
The part of secretary, but also the part of reading the liner notes, that'll be Melissa. And then when Anthony stands up at the end, everyone has to say, "Oh my God, ninjas." Okay, that's all you have to do when he stands up at the end. Melissa, whenever you're ready.
Martial arts.
No, marital arts.
Oh. Try that again. Marital arts. Thank you, Will. Interior, psychologist's office, afternoon. We open on Miranda, sitting in front of Dr. Kicks. Secretary calls into the room over the PA. Doctor, the other half of your 4:30 session has arrived.
Thank you, send him in.
Ponytail Joe opens the door and enters wearing a karate gi.
Sorry I'm late, I'm already dressed up. Wait, what's going on?
This is the counselor I was telling you about.
Hello, I'm Dr. Kicks. You must be...
Ponytail Joe. It's a pleasure to meet you, but I'm confused. I thought you said this was martial arts training.
No, I said marital arts training.
Ponytail Joe sits down, deflated.
Okay.
Fantastic. Let's start. I noticed the change in your body language, Joe. I encourage you to share these emotions with your spouse.
Well, honestly, I'm a little upset because my wife keeps using my hobbies to trick me into doing stuff I don't wanna.
It isn't that. You just don't remember the things that aren't important to you.
That's not true.
Okay, when's my birthday?
March?
And when is our anniversary?
March?
And when did Karate Fighter 6 come out?
March 15th, 1987.
See?
Well, when did you get married?
March 15th.
And when's your birthday?
December.
Well, I genuinely just forget things. What you do is intentional.
Elaborate.
Well, she said we were going to Kung Fu Fest, but then she took me to the dentist.
You need clean teeth.
But I hate thrills. Sometimes we have to face our fears for the good of our health.
What about the other day when Miranda wanted me to take out the trash, so she told me there were ninjas in the garbage?
How would a ninja fit in our garbage can, Joe?
Ninjas come in all sizes, Miranda. They're masters of their environment, which you would know if you studied martial arts.
You pretended to be a mugger who gives our karate gym memberships.
Our neighborhood has experienced a surge in ninja-related crimes. I've even heard they're coming in through the garbage.
Okay, this isn't getting us anywhere. I have other methods of therapy.
Dr. Kicks stands up, revealing that he's in a karate gi as well.
Welcome to the next stage of marital arts training. Combat!
Ninjas flood into the room, surrounding the couple.
Honey, you shouldn't have. Is this my anniversary gift?
It's June!
Oh, my birthday.
Your birthday's March 15th, Joe.
Pull back on the scene as the couple defends itself versus lead ninja in Dr. Kicks. Yeah.
You got 100% of the words. Next scene, I will be custodian who moves chairs.
Will, you got like a type 5 or something you want to also do?
I don't got type anything. You needed me 20 years ago.
If you'd like to return to the stage and share anything else for another 10 minutes, we have time.
There's two ways this can go. I can talk about wrestling moves that are or aren't safe to use in the bedroom, or I can talk about Whoopi Goldberg. Wrestling moves. Well, it doesn't have to be for you can also use it for foreplay. Wrestling is an elaborate art. So, I previewed this about a year ago. I asked, I think it was Melissa Marie, which is safer to use in the bedroom, the abdominal stretch or the atomic drop? And she thought the atomic drop. And I said, no, that'll shove a knee into your partner's coccyx. You gotta see if they're into that first. So, what about Brain Buster versus Bronco Buster? What are you thinking? I'm going right down the line. LS, which is safer to use in the bedroom? Brain Buster or Bronco Buster?
I would say Brain Buster's more risky.
Bronco Buster's the move you're going to want to go with. When you drop your partner on their skull, they tend to not want a second date. Now up to C. Do you want to do the camel clutch or the cobra clutch?
Camel.
Camel clutch? Camel clutch is incorrect. You just snap your partner's back rather than give him a little noogie.
You put your finger in their mouth if you cobra clutch them. You know what? Until you study wrestling, you're not going to understand how to use these. Like, do you think the Doomsday device is better or the double hammerlock right down the line? Double hammerlock is correct. You Doomsday device it.
Doomsday device is for a threesome.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to need a third partner to pull off a proper Doomsday device, and there's still a chance they land on their skull. Once again, ruining the experience. Now, E is the electric chair or the eye rake. The electric chair is the safer move used in the bedroom. If you eye rake someone, you poke them in the eye. It's very descriptive. If you electric chair, you put them on your shoulders, like you took them to Disneyland. Now, F, Facebuster or Famouser? The Facebuster, now you just shoved your knee through their nose. I hope you're happy with yourself. Famouser, you put your leg on the back of their head, you ride them into the bed. You know, just think about it next time. Okay, gut wrench, power bomb, or the Gonzo bomb?
I'll go with the suplex, man. Get them on the top turnbuckle. Suplex right off the top.
Well, that's neither G nor G. I'm going through the alphabet. The Gonzo bomb, you're going to drop them on the top of their neck, whereas the gut wrench power bomb, you flip them and spin them around. Who doesn't like that? A hair pull versus a hair mare. Hair pull is correct. If you hair mare, you throw them over yourself. You're not going to enjoy that as much as you do. Just get a little tug in there. Not me, okay? Ponytail is not for play. Now, are you going to go for the Irish whip or the iron claw?
Irish whip.
Well, an Irish whip, you're going to throw them back and forth across your bedroom. That's fun.
Great.
But the iron claw, you get to palm their skull. I'm into that, but you know what? Everyone has a different wrestling move to use. Okay, we'll skip ahead. So my mom, she loves Whoopi Goldberg in a way that I can't explain. I mean, my mom was such a believer of Whoopi Goldberg. She watched her type with 2 fingers and Jumpin' Jack Flash and was, wow, she's a computer programmer. She watched her teach nuns how to sing in Sister Act and was like, wow, she teaches people how to sing. She watched her coach the Knicks. When my dad would watch Next Generation, she related to Guinan. You've all seen Star Trek Next Generation? Okay, just me. So anyway, she watched Whoopi Goldberg do all of this. She loved it. In fact, we had HBO growing up, so I watched Whoopi Goldberg do this every 8 hours for like 3 years. I didn't have a problem with Whoopi. I was like, oh, the hyena from Lion King. And then, after my mom heard a political thing, she's like, I don't like Whoopi anymore. Instead, I was like, well, Mom, what do you like? She's like, I like Bill Cosby. I'm like, okay. What do you like? She's like, I like Blended Part 6. I like Ghost Dad. I like Himself. And it taught me a little bit. My mom is willing to overlook some flaws if the person does the right kind of silly moves. When I told her about Bill Cosby, she got upset. Like I was Bill Cosby. Okay? I'm not Bill Cosby. But tomorrow night at 6 p.m., I'm going to be doing a watch-along of Meteor Man. Now, Bill Cosby was in Meteor Man. I can't sugarcoat it. He actually, from across the room, after he gets meteor powers, he picks up a drink and puts stuff in it, and I go, holy shit, foreshadowing.
Oh, man.
Don't worry, he drinks it himself. And then he also helped repair a dog's rib cage, so you don't feel too bad for
Melissa Marie, my Instagram handle is currently Melissa Marie Imagery, but there will be a brand new change very soon, so stay tuned. And with that, I would love to lighten you tremendously by bringing you whatever Will Wagner is going to do.
Hello. There's no kids on stage, so you know what that means. Fuck, and you won't get pregnant. If it's on the stage. It's on the stage. What? I'm just reading the sign and interpreting it. That's not my fault. I can make the sign or the kids. Okay, that's a QR code. You can scan it. It's got everything I'm going to say. I decided I'm going to do a page of regular comedy, because I don't do regular comedy often. This week, I'm doing a page of regular comedy. So I Googled most popular topics in stand-up comedy sets. Google's first suggestion was a QRL article from 2 years ago, which listed these 6 common topics. 1, relationships and dating. Okay. I am not good at relationships or dating, but I'm really good at other people's relationships and dating. I make people laugh, I'm a source for homemade ice cream, and I give terrible advice that people should instinctively know better than to listen to. The infidelity is just a bonus for the people who pay me for that. 2, everyday life and observation. Did you ever notice that at some point people got blurrier? One of my friends told me that I need to get my eyes checked, so I walked towards the door, and when I turned around to look at him, sure enough, he was blurrier than before. Right again. 3, current events and politics. I'm worried our government and its supporters think we live in Minecraft. If tariffs make production costs outside the country more expensive, it'll force us to buy domestically. Oh, like coffee? Most of America doesn't have the climate to grow coffee beans, but you know what we do make here in America? Delicious Mountain Dew Code Red. Don't you worry. They can never put a tariff on our love. Also, does that mean Luigi Mangione took down an Ender Demon? I don't play Minecraft, but that man don't play anything. 4, pop culture celebrity guy, Gossip. Steve Harwell, the lead singer of Smash Mouth, once said, "My world's on fire, how about yours? If that's the way I like it, and I'll never get bored." So in some ways, I hope he's in hell. Also, it would fit well with the lyrics of the songs All Star by Smash Mouth. 5, self-deprecating humor. When I was 18, I worked 2 jobs and took 22 credits in college, and I wound up working myself into exhaustion and getting shingles. The funny part is that one of my jobs was doing residential roofing, so it was kind of like I was taking my work home with me. And 6, satire and social commentary. Elon Musk is ruining autism for everyone else. That's not his job. That belonged to Johnny Depp and Mary Stuart Masterson in the movie Benny and June. In that movie, Mary Stuart Masterson, June, has the kind of autism that makes her tap stuff, scream on buses, and requires supervision of her older brother, Benny. But Johnny Depp, Sam, has the kind of autism that makes him brutally honest, but it makes him dyslexic, and his life is a series of inadvertent comedy routines that usually get performed by Charlie Chaplin. Musk is kind of the reverse of that guy. He's brutally dishonest and reads everything everyone's ever said about him. His life is a series of inadvertent comedy routines that are usually performed by someone with Charlie Chaplin's mustache, and rhyme with shade off Hitler. Okay, so Google's second suggestion was a Reddit article titled Opinions on Stand-Up Comedy Topics. The poster was Consistent Pirate 23, and he opens up with, for background, I'm early 40s, autistic, and work in technology. My fucking dude, I'm in. He has 3 ideas, let's hear them. Embarrassing situation. That's just another way of saying relationships and dating. One night after the bar, I brought a friend from college back to the bedroom I grew up in, aka the Fortress of Solitude. So we start wrestling, and I noticed she's kind of loud. I got Pomeranians downstairs, and this is inappropriate for them or my parents to hear. So I threw a pillow to her to be loud into. She was into that. She dropped the pillow, so I put my right hand over her mouth. She's still into it. I lose my balance and try to stabilize with my arm, and she makes a really loud noise. I go to move my hand back and accidentally hit her with a red cross. She reacted in a way I'd only seen in Terminator 2 Judgment Day. For the uninitiated, Arnold is an unstoppable killing machine looking for Sarah Connor when his random woman lands a right cross and breaks his glasses. He turns towards her saying, "It's fucking on," but only his eyes, and she tosses her back about 10 feet into the wall. Same thing, only instead of being a robot sent from the future to fucking kill me, it was a redhead sent from NASA to fuck me till I die. Either way, 4-star performance, 0 notes. 2, general sarcasm about being in my 40s. Sometimes I sneeze and throw my shoulder out. If the sneeze lands wrong, it can feel like a grenade to my sternum. I spent my 30s figuring out what will inevitably hurt me tomorrow, and I stopped doing that. Now, it keeps happening, and I'm like, maybe I want to drink more. If I'm going to feel terrible, I'd like to earn it, you know? And 3, humor about my hometown. In May of 1996, I walked back from school with my buddy Dan, who lived on Cedar Road in Elwood. Police were blocking off the street, so instead of heading by him, we went by my house and watched Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers. The police were investigating the death of Christian Scarabelli, but since I'm almost out of page, necrophilia. And that's the end of my set. twitch.tv/Will Wagner Music. You can turn this QR code around and scan it, and it'll take you there. I hope you show up, because if you don't, I'm going to watch the movie anyway. Here I go again, home alone.
Will Wagner, we love you. Thank you, Great South Bay, for continuing to let Will Wagner come back.
I love losing things, you know me. I'm a regular Lucy Lou.
Lucy Lou. Lucy Lou. I got you.
I know you're thinking, you're in a discount, this is going to be bad. You're right. That's accurate. You're a good guess. I have a bunch of people pick movies, and I fix them. And it just so happens that the first two movies fix themselves. Nikki picked Raiders of the Lost Ark, and Josh picked White Men Can't Jump. And that's usually what happens when White Men Can't Jump. They develop an arc on their shot. So that's already fixed. I didn't got to do that. Like, and it's the NCAA tournament, you know, topical. Good Burger. Now, Good Burger is tough to fix because it's a nearly perfect movie. I sandwiched it together with Goodfellas to make good burgers. And I gotta say, it makes both movies better. If Keenan and Kel are playing the parts of Ray Liotta and his wife. It improved both movies just a little bit because it brings that realism we're looking for in Good Burger, and it brings Keenan and Kel into Goodfellas. Drop Dead Fred is a prequel to the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. It's when Freddy is just hanging out while you're awake, he's a good friend, then they lock him in the box of a dream and he gets all cranky. Yeah, he also goes from being British to being Robert Englund. So there's a lot that happens. Spartacus or Secretariat? Well, we saw that Stacy Keach plays a horse. So I didn't even need to do anything. You put that mystery together all by yourself. Hemingway. Oh, Hemingway? How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Hello. Watch out.
Well, I would make it How to Lose a Guy in 70 days. And it's 7, the movie is spelled S-E, number 7-E-N. So it's 7 and that's what it's called. I didn't make the movie. But I like to imagine that's a good way to lose a guy in 7 days.
There is my hand.
Quantity order.
What about 10 things I hate about losing a guy in 10 days?
Well, how to lose a guy in 10 things I hate about you?
Either way.
That's a long marquee. We're going to have to get back more letters. Like, they could put that up there. They're like,
thank you. No more questions, Governor.
oh, it's okay. Miracle on the Hudson. Well, that's obviously about hockey. I can't even change that. But the Hudson River is dangerous if you don't want to play hockey. So I'd make the movie about playing hockey on the Hudson River and the diseases you catch along the way.
There you go.
I'm trying to think. Anyone else ever see a movie? You see a movie? Any movie? The Principal? With Belushi? You have no idea. Kenny has been arguing with me, like, I just want to watch The Principal. Do you want to watch The Principal or The Substitute? And I had to learn the difference between the two movies. In The Principal, it's Belushi. I think The Substitute.
Edward James Olmos?
No, that's the critic. Or High School High.
High School High, that's what I'm saying. High School High.
Yeah, I thought I heard somebody say something. The Brave Little Toaster. You put that cast into half baked and you make it about smoking.
Oh, okay.
And you still call it the Brave Little Toaster.
The baked little toaster.
The Big Little Toaster. That is a good one. Half baked little toaster. Little toaster that can't get your time right. You put bread down, it sits in there for 3.5 hours because you got distracted watching nothing. Baked little toaster. I heard Toy Story, but we said no porn. That's off limits. Baby's Kids. That's already a perfect movie. I don't know. Maybe you put the movie Kids by Harmony Korine in there. Baby's Kids. You make it a little bit more dramatic. Baby's Kids. Let's see, I got a joke. Kids in Texas are dying of the measles at the age of 5, or as they say in Florida, grandparent age. I don't know any movies about Florida. All the Police Academy movies are terrible. Can't fix them. Not even Steve Gutenberg could. And he got us to forget Fisher Stevens was doing that accent in Short Circuit, and Short Circuit too. Whatever happened to Gutenberg? They never asked. He invented the printing press, he's in 4 movies and he leaves. This fucking guy does everything. Steve Gutenberg? No, that was 3 Men and a Baby. That might have been Ted Danson's child.
I'm allergic to Glutenberg.
I'm allergic to Glutenberg is the name of his future song. It's about what Hollywood did to Steve Gutenberg. This is wonderful. It's Quantum Trigo.
Steve Gutenberg showed up in Veronica Mars.
Steve Gutenberg in planets?
He was like a murderous bear.
Man.
That is true.
No one would suspect him even on Mars. No! I watched 3 Men and a Baby within the last year and a half.
No, he was eyeing the baby.
No, that's the thing. I think he's the 4th most evil behind the baby. Like, Baby's 1, Tom Selleck and his reverse mortgages are 2, Ted Danson and his trickery to super women is 3, and then Steve Gutenberg, who just gets played off. Like, that's just his role in that movie.
How far he fell.
Oh, man. Just think, Police Academy 1, remember he got that prostitute to service Commandant Lassard during a speech, and they were like, this is just how it would be. Sometimes you're given a speech and you get shot. That's just how every 80-mile movie would end. It'd be like, we did a little bit of crime, hey, but we're the good guys. They were mean. We had to trick the women into sleeping with us. There was no other option. They bullied. That was every movie in the 80s. Then in the 90s, they couldn't do that anymore, so they made kids movies where people got bullied and then they got kisses at the end. Camp Nowhere, Light Check, First Kid.
Every Adam Sandler movie.
No. Every Adam Sandler movie is how the villain wins and really believe. He's the bad guy in every movie, and no one knew it. Like, in Billy Madison, he was the only one not qualified for an hotel chain. He's like, Nepo baby, engaged. Happy Gilmore, he's like, I've never golfed. I'm gonna ruin it for you, though. Loved it. Mr. Deeds, Big Daddy, questionable father skills, just steal a kid. He couldn't even bring that kid on stage. Oh, Kevin Bacon was nice enough to get an arrow through his throat, though. And fight Tremors. Fucking Tremors. Billy Madison vs. Tremors is now the movie I'm thinking of. Where he just walks outside and like, ooh, you're going underground. I'm going to leave you. And they have 18 Tremors movies. He could have been in any of them. But no, Hollywood is like not believable that we fight sandworms. Timothy Chalamet. Dude, well, that kind of brings us back to fix movies. I want Dude to be a menace to South Central while you're drinking juice in the hood. That's my movie. You just take the cast of Don't Be a Menace and put him in Dude. I think that'll be cool. Then again, I can see the second Dude. I imagine it's still sitting. It's not even my top favorite movie featuring worms that are falling through the ground ready to eat people. It's not in my top 4. They're all Tremors movies. I've seen the Tremors go Hawaiian. I've seen them fight in ice. Not the ice they should be fighting. The actual ice, the ground that we're not going to have in a few years.
They're going to say ISIS.
No, they're not fighting the band ISIS. There's a band, an instrumental band, very talented, called ISIS. Then they had to change their name for some reason. Yeah. Like they didn't make Italian ISIS change their name. That's racist. But I can tell people out of me like I'm ISIS. I'm not. I just look like nice. Okay, I am. Okay? You blew my cover. I'm in the instrumental band ISIS, not the other one.
Trying to strike this man.
Important differentiation. Anyone have a theremin? No? Okay, well then I can't play. Better luck next time, band of ISIS. Explosions in the Sky is also a band you might like. I recommend it. Other ISIS is fan of Explosions in the Sky of a different kind. The instrumental round is rife with controversy. They just don't talk about it because there's no lyrics. You know what I said? Good one. I did my introduction at Melissa Asks. No, I didn't. I did that the first time. I was too busy fixing movies.
Truly moving stuff. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy.
All right, friends, well, that does bring us to the end of our...
Everybody give it up for Chaka, giving us a sneak peek at their as-yet untitled one-cat show. Might I suggest Chaka and the fucking moon? I don't know. Approaching the stage is Will Wagner, which means we don't know what will happen. We will like it, but we won't understand why. It's kind of the opposite of the first few months of 2025. Anyway, Will's getting set up. I would like to let you know we will have a 1-song or 5-minute lightning round after this. If you would like to sign up, there is a notebook. It is on that table over there by my iPad. Go sign yourself up or talk to me. I'm a pretty nice person most of the time, and I will get you on the list. I know a guy.
That was me.
I know that guy, for example. There is an on-off switch on there if you want. I could also probably have muted it for you, but that would be way too adult.
We're not adults here.
We both have to do that. Make that happen.
We both messed that up together. Beautiful humans, I present to you Will Wagner. Beautiful humans, I have an announcement before Will Wagner, which is the kitchen is closing. If you wish to get your order in, get it in right meow, because 8:45 is the cutoff time. Go order something delicious. You deserve it. Thank you. Bye.
Hello.
Hi, Will.
I'll plug in my... We found it together. Plugged in with the guitar, as I plugged in. Every time. Okay, the title of this is called A Page of Story in 2 Songs. Title shit! So I'm going to play 2 songs after this long introduction. I've been writing lyrics for about 25 years or so. When I was in school, during lunch, I'd play basketball. This was up until around 15 when I stopped wanting to smell like a moose in the second half of the day. So I went to the practice room and learned songs I liked on keyboard. I taught myself 3 a.m., a handful of Bedfold songs, and I wrote down some lyrical ideas I liked. I'd invite friends to sit in, but more often than not, it'd be just me and my buddy Dan. I'd have well-crafted, though formulaic lyrics, blocky 4x4 squares of perfectly fine lyrical ideas. Lyrics about what 15-year-olds go through. At the time, I felt like a genius, but every few years I looked back on them as something I could no longer relate to. Playing those songs for my friends felt embarrassing. Fast forward 6 years or so, and I taught myself guitar, writing songs about what 21-year-olds go through. At the time, I felt like a genius. Dan and I were in different schools, and over AOL Instant Messenger, I said something like, "It's so easy to write a hit song." And he was like, "Well, why don't you?" And I was like, "Because that's not why I write music." I don't know why everyone else felt like telling me why I enjoyed music. Most thought I wanted to get laid or become rich and famous. And that's why I'm in the state I am. I tried to explain to them, I knew at 15 years old that in 30 years I'd still be writing music, likely by myself, writing down ideas in an attempt to maintain myself, maintain memories or emotional experiences. And music provided me a way to re-experience that mood myself, to re-inhabit my body trying to process difficult things or tough times. Now, when my fingers remember awkward shapes on the guitar like that dog, it takes me back to the place where I was developing that skill and that dog. Learning how to stretch as I change chord ideas 100 times, frantically switching between lyrics and drawing tablature onto notebooks. When I play today, I can feel the piano bench where I wrote the song as I practiced by myself in a basement. When I tell you that story, I speak as a third-party observer of the events of my own life, but a song for me is like being able to relive the moments when I wrote them down. I play 70 or so songs by myself in a basement for an audience of no one, and I get genuinely emotional about how effectively it communicates moments back to me. My routine for 20 years or so of writing music was to write a song, like it for a few years, get embarrassed about the lyrics, then wind up playing it alone by myself to make sure I didn't forget how to physically do it. While I was playing in band, I felt like my words were rarely absorbed by the bar audience. Don't believe me? Look to your fucking left. I felt like I was wasting the time of my friends and family by asking them to come to shows because I genuinely enjoyed the songs more just playing them by myself at home. I require a reason to play the songs I play for myself out in public, especially songs about previous relationships from nearly half my life ago. So Sunday morning, I broke out the random number generator to pick out what songs I'd practice, and it landed on one from a concept album I wrote when I was 23 or so. I decided to play it front to back, and I'm always blown away by the strength of the opening 7 songs. Probably the best stretch of music I've ever written. And I kid around, but when I say I'm better at writing lyrics than everyone, I mean everybody. I hated feeling like that, but I think it just means I have something unique to say. When I taught myself piano and guitar, I worked to become fine at it. When I took orchestration in college, I worked to be not great at it. But the lyrical challenge I could just figure out. I'm not a freestyle rap artist, I will. Like using a tongue that can tie knots into cherry stems to thread the seams of a Kevlar vest. It takes time, but it's fucking bulletproof. I was asked if I used ChatGPT to write lyrics for my Spice Girls song about ice cream. I didn't use a machine, I am the machine. So let's rewind back to 21-year-old me. I told Dan, writing a hit song is not a challenge to me. And I write songs about things that challenge me. A relationship that falls apart is challenging. Writing a song that everyone can bop to is not, because people are fucking idiots. I see no challenge there. So Dan says, well, I challenge you to write a hit song. Fucking asshole. I did. However, trying to release it professionally felt like admitting that the people were right about why I love music. And they don't deserve that kind of validation. The only problem is I do want to sell out now. I found spiders and ants in my hair for the last couple of weeks, and I'm starting to think selling out could solve that. I write songs about like bad, long-distance relationships that I kept going back to, featuring Disney references, because at the time, I thought that selling out to Disney made sense. But we've seen what Disney does to what we love. So yesterday morning, I decided the song was going to be about breaking up with Mountain Dew Code Red. A good long-distance relationship. Still featuring Disney references. So these two songs about breaking up with Mountain Dew Code Red, I want people to come up and slowly pull the can of Mountain Dew further away from me in order to simulate the longing. This is my Nanny Poo song. Remember when I played just at the beginning? My bass too hot? Maybe. I'm gonna turn my bass down a little bit. Yeah, it sounds a little better. Remember, it's about Mountain Dew. How can I write in the way I used to feel? I used to move the pen in my hand with words you say. Again and again, your finger on my pulse. We align our signs in sync on beat. Count my time, I'll find my sleep for you, and we'll take long naps. For the rest of everything, lead or lay, will away. I'll find how to become just another one. While you tug on a leash with the lead, that's just mean. These thoughts you left turning over my brain. Fingerprints, traits, tattoos, your eyes dig deep. You swim, but I keep coming back up for air unfounded. Thoughts tumbling through, base blue as the sky, but I've hit ground. The depths of everything I found that we need good space. It's just a better line, and let's end this shit. Sometimes I find my own way back, slip out the door and lay out all your things. I could box them up or put them away, but we both know that when I believe I have no heart, I let it bleed. You depart, I make the blunder, start to wonder, then let you in. Oh no, you can take it away. I'm just kidding again. It's not gonna get any more emotional unless you move it. I never meant to distress you or put you under my thumb. I held your seconds to me, seconds to none. And I thought our 2 ones were better as 11 collective compound, counting down seconds to heaven. But you just keep counting me down. With the words you speak right into my ear, whenever you let your tongue hit your lips and you safely slip your hand behind the back in the wait. We wait, you place your arms around my waist. We share breath, now my neck, and your fingers in my bones. Cause you're fucking Mountain Dew Code Red. And the depths of everything. Just one more time around. Just when I find my own way back, you slip out the door and lay out all your things. I could box them up or put them away, but we both know that when I believe I have no heart, I let it bleed. You depart, I make the blunder and start to wonder when I let you in. Back under my skin again and again. I never meant to distress you or put you under my thumb, but I held your seconds for me, seconds we're better as 11 collective compound, counting down seconds to heaven. But you just keep counting me down, leaving footprints on the ground, right around where I found a slipper tonight. It's not too tight, maybe it might belong to Cinderella's queen, but if it's, it must be long. I found a slipper tonight, if it's not Snow White's, maybe it might belong to Cinderella's twin, but if it doesn't, then I won't spend my whole life waiting for a shoe to fall from your loose feet. my life. Oh my God, I can't put it down. A lot of people don't realize that they stopped making Mountain Dew Code Red in 2-liter bottles in New York, so we had to have a long distance relationship. And I found a new Mountain Dew. No. I can't perform after that. But I'm gonna change up how the Mountain Dew affects me for song 2. This time the Mountain Dew affects how country I am, because I'm gonna trick country people. That's how I'm gonna get famous. I decided that using this voice only alienates people who are fans of country. So I'm gonna sing this, and the further you pull this Mountain Dew away from me, the more country this performance is gonna get.
I'll take it to the car.
Well, then you can't hear it. This song is about breaking up with Mountain Dew. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. I swear I never meant to, and it wasn't fair. No, you didn't care, though you were looking to change your love for a few. And I don't know where to begin with you. One thing led to another, way down in deep undercover, looking for ground. Two star-crossed lovers, singing loudly. And we were out of breath in our own cave. This is the place we used to run, we used to hide, side by side where no one knew. To show us how you and me found epiphany, and now it's the blacklit porch where we got blinded by such pride for life in the past. Looking for a thorn in the side next to a knife that knows how to cut much better than that. Just like bread, and never we let you feed me your life. And we had magic. Now when I arrive, we go poof, and you disappear. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry, and I can spell it out for you. It was she and me, A-G-E-D, 93 C-I-L-O-V-E-D. She believed we'd leave here for see how we fleece out without a mention. Master doubt and apprehension when I don't know what's left for me to stand. Because I made my mistake. But if we were changing places, time would be erased and I would defy your reckoning. But she's my diamond, and this is my ring. And this is the place we used to run, we used to hide, side by side where no one knew. Could show us how you and me found epiphany. Now it's the blacklit porch, we got blinded by such pride. Life in the back, looking for a thorn in the side. It's doing a knife that knows how to cut much better than that. Just like bread, if ever we let you feed me your life. And we had dog barks. Now when I arrive, we go boom, and you disappear. And this is the place we used to run, we used to hide. But if I must evolve and revive, then I'll solve to survive. We can discuss mistrust and every indiscretion, and we may disagree, but I can guarantee if you trust in me, you'll see within your big faith and without redemption. Let you break the ice, I can break the tension. You might have hit me first, yeah, I fell, but I felt it bring me new life, like it was magic. Now I ride, we go pink, disappear. My lullaby comes by like this. I can hear your heart from my room. Your heart from my room. Your heart in my room. And my lullaby comes by like this. I can hear your heart from my room. So if your heart has room, then let my heart resume. My lullaby comes by like this. I can hear your heart from my room. Your heart from my room. Your heart's my loom. My lullaby comes by like this. I can hear your heart from my room. Your heart from my room. Your heart my doom. I really went on a journey with you. Okay, I think that's the end of my set. I've done a story and 2 songs, and that's what's on the page.
And that's what's on the page.
So I hope you enjoyed me on my country music journey. I'm going undercover. I'm gonna miss you terribly.
Thank you.
I just wanted the outro.
Today is going to be the
I'm gonna
day
be
that
more
I'm
of a
gonna bring
person
that
now.
down to.
I'm almost over all my chronic shit.
It happens.
No more hibernate. No more cocoon.
No more cocoon.
Oh, did you record? Oh, that's Will's. Okay.
What about that? Someone is next. That's not Will. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Will Wagner. Hails from somewhere on Long Island. Next up,
Is the one that lives there had written you off, so why should they even? No, I just meant like oh, that's just a scannable for the first song I'm gonna do. If you want to scan it.
We want to know what Will's going to do. Scan the QR code. And
One time. You know what I'm doing. Just this once.
I don't like Will.
It's already gone better. Okay. There it is.
Yeah.
And I found it.
Hello.
No, I'm just jacked up my floor.
Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Hi.
Hello.
Guitar.
Feedback out.
How's everyone doing tonight? Above average.
My microphone wasn't on at all. It wasn't on at all for any of that. Proud of myself. So I said, how's everyone doing tonight at the exact same time as when I did when it was the video was playing, and I was so shocked that it was at the exact same time and pace that I was so excited. I was like, hey, did you hear that? And then I realized my microphone wasn't on. Oopsie.
Oopsie.
Oopsie daisy. I'm putting your microphone volumes up. There was a little bit of a feedback issue, but I don't think it was bad. Just a little bit. So I'm gonna play some of the movie just to get an idea of the levels playing back, so we can get an idea of whether or not it's gonna feed back in the microphone.
Okay. I'm hearing everything double. I don't know why that's happening.
Hmm.
I'm not getting any feedback here.
Okay, so Seth, what's happening is you probably have the stream open right now, and so the stream audio might be playing with it.
Oh, I didn't know we were already feeding into the stream. Got it.
Oopsie.
Oopsie.
Well, I have it all going through like my standard desktop audio, and I have the Scarlett set up for the movie audio. So
Gotcha.
that I probably don't even have to do it if I can just specify the app's audio, but it keeps it a little bit easier to organize for me.
No, you're good. I used to be a streamer. I should have known to mute the stream. That's on me.
Well, you should know to mute the stream from having been in my stream. That's something that people pride themselves on, having that on mute. I'm just for the visuals.
That's true. That's true. I do just tune in to gawk at you. That's really what it is.
That's why I stopped putting a camera up. I was drawing too much of that audience. I did watch this ahead of time. I watched it last night. I didn't do it for Friday. I did do it for, I think it was Kindergarten Cop, and I didn't do it for Serial Mom.
You didn't watch Serial Mom ahead of time?
No,
because I feel like you had a lot of facts about it.
Oh yeah, I didn't watch any of it.
That's just his brain.
Yeah,
Not the facts.
He just has that.
That's why I'm not a neuroscientist, but I know like too much about movies. I didn't look anything up for 16 Candles, but I did make notes when I was watching along because there are certain things I wanted to count. Like I wanted to know the total number of gong noises.
There's a few. There's quite a few.
I wanted to really chart out what would be like the most offensive or least offensive parts, really figure out where we're staying. And so I got a good idea of the movie, but there's certain things that I didn't remember because in my head I was like, it's a PG movie.
Right.
And I thought that the things that were going to be not PG were going to be different, like different violations of the PG code than were there.
Sure, yeah.
So it's exciting because I was watching it and I'm like, I can't get kicked off for any of the movie's content that we've watched so far. We've watched Arnold put kids in danger. We've watched a literal serial killing mom, and I'm like, I don't know, I might get canceled for 16 Candles. Like we watched people like just smoking weed on a porch and hitting people with bricks, like literal gunfire. It's like, no, that's fine. It's like 16 Candles. Hold up.
Yeah, this one is problematic. Problematic would be putting it lightly.
Yeah.
Putting it lightly, you know.
That's why, like, there's some traditions that I don't know if they happened in the 80s or if they only happened in John Hughes movies.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a little column A, column B.
Yeah.
So many John Hughes movies, they are icons of 80s culture for both good and bad reasons.
I'm going to play back some of the movie now just to get an idea of how it feeds back.
I feel like we're going to get to the end of this and you're going to be like, I can't use any of this.
We already had that episode. That was the first and second episodes largely. There were just certain issues with the audio quality. So it was just like either it was either only Kenny's voice or only Jules and mine, but we sounded like we were in a wind tunnel.
Oh no, I meant for content wise.
Oh yeah. No, that's what I meant. Like content wise, it would just be okay, I'm sorry. Yep. I follow you.
You follow me?
I'm hearing it through my phone as well as through my headphone. So I'm hearing it through one of you guys' speakers.
Interesting. I'm just playing the movie in the Discord. Is it, or should we be playing it from the chat?
No, the Discord.
No.
Discord. Okay. I'm on headphones, so I don't think I'm feeding back. But if I am, let
It
me
could
know.
be me. I have headphones, but I didn't have them on before. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. I'll wear the headphones at
Aw.
Okay. So I think it sounds pretty balanced. So each of you talk and I'll check the levels on my OBS meter here.
Testing. Syphilis.
Okay. Yeah, I was a little bit louder. So Jules, go for it. Connect 4.
What am I doing? Testing?
You might need to have your microphone volume a little higher if possible.
Okay. It's my phone, so how do
I mean, the other option is, Seth, you could put yours down and I'll put the overall total.
Yeah, I can put mine down. Hold on.
Yeah, you're too good at this. Really calm it down.
Testing. Syphilis. Herpes.
Okay.
Okay.
I think that we landed them both.
That kid said breast way too confidently for his age.
Yeah, right?
In front of his mom, no less.
It's a really weird opening to a movie. It's unique. And I think that I think of how many movies it inspired. And as I was watching it, I'm like, oh, this is that part of the movie, of whatever movie.
Yeah.
And it's weird to see it at like its starting pieces, I guess, in here. As opposed to when it's the whole family visits the house in Home Alone. Like, that's an idea that they kind of used from this movie.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of them, but we'll go through it when we go through it. If we sound good, I'm just going to restart the movie.
Sounds good.
What I might do is I might stop the stream just to start with a new recording. Just record it locally, but